So I'm like in New York City, like,
Word.
Mom, if you don't want a robot taking your job, do sales. Next week, we going into the podcast business. We can run this thing for like 10 years, just you and me. You drive and I sell.
I was at the gym working out.
Yeah. Hey, man, we're not being weird, but dominating. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, Mr. Hebert.
4-H Club is probably the least known about organization, and you don't have to do animals and livestock, but it teaches you leadership.
Oh, I need a raise.
Well, hold up, time out. I see down here, you want to be a bust boy?
The most.
If I had OnlyFans, you know, but hey, look, if you hit me up at
All right, guys, we're back with another episode. Today's guest is going to be pretty interesting. We got Tim Stevens, Matt Chatinier with the Brickyard. I can say, guys, I think they're going to be the biggest brick dealers in the Tri-Parish area.
I know that's why we're doing this. That's why we got Nick helping us, because people was like, man, the Brickyard, I like the logo. What do y'all do? I was like, we do bricks. That's like the funniest thing that they've heard all day. I'm like,
That is pretty
we
funny,
really
though,
do
because if you
bricks.
think about it, like
Right.
saying you deal the bricks
Right.
every day, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So y'all tell us, start from the jump. Y'all tell us like where y'all started at in y'all careers, basically, I guess, one at a time, since we got two guests, basically. Whoever wants to go
Well,
first.
you were there first. You started first.
Yeah, I
so
started first.
I'll come around about how I.
So it's actually kind of a funny story. So we started working for Mr. Jerry Roth, and I started 9 months before you.
Mm-hmm.
And so Jerry had another older guy working with us, and he had kind of set some goals for me. And I don't think that he thought that I could achieve them. And Morgan City being one of my places to call on, I don't think the guy that was selling before me was even going there. So he put these goals on me. Well, I started stinging it within like 4 months once I kind of learned the game, because we sold brick, fireplaces, and vinyl there. So he comes to me like 6-7 months in, and he's like, hey, man, he's like, I want another young dude. You know, he had called some of the brick manufacturers, and they had told him like that was what they thought was the key to success, was getting some young guys in there, giving them a commission, giving them incentive, and letting them work.
How old were you at the time?
I was probably like 25, 26.
Okay.
And so Tim, he's my cousin, and I find him out.
Wait, hold up. I didn't even know y'all were cousins.
Oh, yeah.
Holy
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah,
That's
we're like
crazy.
second
I didn't
cousins.
know
Yeah,
that.
his dad and my mom are first cousins.
Oh, okay.
Correct. So I find him out in the bar all smashed out.
Yeah, I'd moved away with a girlfriend. I mean, I was 23, 24. The girl was like 31. She was a travel nurse. So I'm like, she's like, you want to move with me? I was like, yeah. I mean, I'm a firefighter.
yeah.
Like, I'm 20-something years old. Of course I want to move with you. Like, you know, I'm like, let's roll. And so 9 months later, she's like, I'm kind of done with you, you know? So I'm like in New York City, like,
Word.
Mom, you know, I'm all sad, depressed. And I show up at the balcony, and
He was hammered.
he's
now.
like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, I'm like, what is the hell's going on with you,
I
man?
kind of gave him the lowdown. He's like, man, you want to come sell? You want to come sell something? Sell bricks? I'm like, I don't know about bricks, but I'm going to come.
So
Legendary.
fast forward 9 months later, he starts with us, and then we worked for him for what, 2 more years? We worked for Mr. Jerry, and then another guy bought us out, and we worked for him probably another 12, and then the big company bought us out, and we knew right then that the Field of Dreams that they were painting was definitely not going to be what they cracked it up to be. It was basically Amway on building materials. There's no doubt about it.
Corporate
the blue
America, man.
diamonds were on the top, and all the bottom feeders were at the bottom, and you weren't getting anything unless you were in the Blue Diamond Club. And that's basically how it was, and you could see that instantly.
You know a lot about Amway. I know
Well, I
about
knew some
Well, it's
people that got a hold to
it's
it.
great. It's funny that he's even saying that because like
it.
I
Age
was-
yourself.
Well, I was in the roof game for a while, and I know like how a lot of these other manufacturers they even like they market their tiers of stuff like with diamond
Right,
tier,
yeah.
Yeah,
platinum
yeah.
tier. You know what I
Absolutely.
mean? So is that kind of like what is that fall along the same lines? Like they
Yeah,
just
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it makes you feel warm and fuzzy.
Right.
Blue diamond.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
Blue
yeah,
Diamond.
yeah,
I'm
right,
part
right.
of the cult, whatever they want to
So
call
wait, that's how they
you know?
rank the dealers?
Uh,
Or no,
that's-
the actual
that's
product?
the
Oh,
like the
gotcha.
product, like right, like if you get this this
Yeah,
certain
like
thing.
the upper.
Yeah, the upper
Oh,
upper
gotcha.
people.
If you get
It's a
the
tiered selling
underlayment
thing.
with the whatever with the better shingles and the
Yeah.
upgraded stuff, it's like different.
We
tiers,
had
right?
like 50 presidents, vice presidents in this deal, and I was just like, whoa.
It was top heavy. I mean, typical.
Kind of like that Life Vantage shit.
Yeah.
Everybody try to sell you a fucking Jeep.
Right.
Right.
Well, and
I'm just
it's just one of them corporate structures where you got one dude, you got a board, you got a dude, you got 20 vice presidents. It goes down from there, and the boots on the ground, the salespeople, that's the ones that that know the company. They know they have the pulse of the company because they're involved with the inside people, involved with the outside people, involved with the customers, involved with the vendors. So you can never replace a human in sales. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't.
that's true.
If you want to be future proof, if you don't want a robot taking your job, do sales. But guess what? You got to talk. What's all the young kids? Nobody wants to talk. Everybody's on their screens.
This guy right here.
You gotta talk.
He's ready to talk on the screen, but
Yeah.
he ain't ready to talk in a real life situation.
Jumping off of brick walls and stuff.
all right.
We
We're
got an
growing them
NIL
up.
deal coming, maybe.
Well, and I think that comes in time, and just creating those relationships, and then once you get comfortable with people, I think it's easier, and look, I'll say this, and this is something that I tell Tim all the time. There was a guy that we hunted with for years, and he was the #1 salesman for Lindy, which is the torch gas, like for
Mm-hmm.
torch cutting steel.
Yep.
And he told me one time, and I never forgot this. We were sitting at the camp table and we were drinking wine. We had ate dinner and all that. And he said, Matt, you're only a salesman for 2 years of your life. And as long as you don't do nobody dirty and you're honest, you become a trusted advisor at that point. And that's very true, because as long as you don't do nobody dirty and you honest and you do everything the way you're supposed to do it, those people are going to come back to you. But you also need to learn the game that you're in and give it your all, because you need to be the best. Like, you need to be the dude to answer a question. Like, even if the carpenter calls you with a question, he might not know. If you don't know it, go figure it out, because the further you educate yourself in your game, the further you're going to go.
So is that something like that happens to y'all on a regular basis?
yeah.
Like
Oh.
people be calling y'all just because y'all the supplier. So like y'all basically like help them out and say, hey, this is what you need, or like this is how you need to install this. You might have not put this extra layer in
No,
between
yeah.
of whatever. You know what I mean?
Well, I think that we both, I think we both done a good job of keeping up with the trends. So we're always kind of looking and
never stop
asking our
educating.
sales reps that are up north, like, what's coming? What's the new thing?
like what's modern, right?
Right. What's coming? What's coming? And so we have builders that just kind of cut us loose, like, hey, pick my shingle, pick my brick, pick my vinyl, my hardy, whatever, my colors. Like, I just wanted to sell.
Oh, so they trust y'all with that?
Oh,
with-
yeah.
for y'all?
Absolutely.
We
So-
pick, yeah.
So do y'all have like any interior people like that, like kind of like
We-
designers?
We don't have anybody in house, but there's a lot of the local ones that come to us and bring customers. But we always talked about, at one point in the future, that's where we can grow. Have someone that can even, like, I think where a lot of people miss out is if you're not building a house and you're not building a dog house, but you want like a medium job, it's hard to find a lot of people that's willing to do it. So half of it is, drawing it out, having a set of blueprints and picking the stuff. So having people that are professionals to do that, I feel like is a place that we can strive to be at one day, where you can come in, it's like turnkey.
Yeah, I was about to
Yeah,
say,
kind of
Terry,
offer no
yeah.
job
I mean,
too
you don't
small.
want
Right.
to cut out the local contractors, but you are like the person that are coming to, and then you bid it out to all your customers that do that job.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like it's still fair for your customers, but you have a main place for the customers to come in and give them
Choose.
the first step.
Right.
You
Well,
know?
look, what's the first thing when a customer comes, to get a company to do a service? They want an easy experience. They want
course.
somebody that's going to make their life that much easier.
That's right.
Nowadays, everybody you want like
And
instant
yeah.
gratification. You want
Correct.
drive up service. And that's what we try to do. I mean, look, there's nothing quick about building a house, but we have people that are welcoming, and I know that's your biggest purchase you're ever gonna make. So you're nervous, you're scared, you hope to stay on the budget. You don't want to put the wrong brick. I mean, it'd be cool if you did, because we get to sell it twice. But
Right.
once brick's up, it's up. So
What's the first thing you're going to see when you drive up at your house?
so we help. We got people.
Yeah, it's
in
not one
there
of those
that-
projects you can say, oh, hey, I don't want to take it down.
Right.
And,
Right.
and then just for like our viewers that don't know much about bricks, there's different layers to bricks, right? Like
Oh
Absolutely.
different,
my lord, yeah.
like quality and just like how easy they break. And
The amount of color. I mean, yeah, we're
Colors,
not
too,
going to
yeah,
get
yeah,
to
yeah.
the scientifics of it because, I mean, there's
So much
bricks
that goes
that
into
come, you can buy them to where they're, I mean, you could be a million brick and it's got to be graded within an eighth of an inch of height,
Yeesh.
width,
Tolerance.
and length, tolerance. So, I mean, that's tight when you're talking about digging something out the ground, forming it, extruding it, and doing it all. So, I mean, yeah, there's everything that you know about brick, you don't know. I mean, there's, it goes from the smallest thing, there's thousands of colors. So, I mean, most people just want to come in, they want something that looks good, and that's timeless. And that's what we try to do. We try to say, look, because we'll tell them, like, hey, this is great, but, it might be a fad. Like, is there another option? You know what I'm saying? Like, that you're looking at. Maybe, don't get tunnel visioned in on one color.
But that's good that you're honest. With
Yeah.
this
Well, I
stuff.
think we always try and encourage them to go toward, and look, I hate to say it, but by the time a trend gets to South Louisiana, it's kind of spun out up north, and they always our sales reps kind of joke with us. They're like, "Man, y'all coon asses are really just starting to do this,"
Right.
and they're like, "Well, we've already kind of went to this," and so I try to grab that quick and I'm like, "All right, send me the samples. Let's start putting that on our walls so people can see it." Like we're on that. We in that showroom all the time, like trying to make sure that everything is like on point. We want it to be to where when you come in, this is your options. I called one of my reps today. I'm like, hey, dude, I want this, this, and this. Like white mortar's it's a hot thing right now.
Yeah, that's what we got. We just put like the white on.
Yeah.
Some of the white on the outside of the brick.
Mhm.
Well, isn't it a hot thing though? Because like doesn't it like reflect off the sunlight and it keeps your house cooler or something like that?
I mean, the color's always going to, white's going to reflect
Is that what
more
they
than
call like a
black.
whitewash?
Whitewash.
Well, you can do that too.
Oh, that's
Where
different.
you
Okay.
just take mortar and just put it in
just
like a
kinda
burlap sack and just kind of, and that's a way to lessen your maintenance. Like all these people that are painting brick, just take white mortar and smear it on the outside, and you don't ever have to mess with it again.
Like just advice like that. Go ahead.
What's like the audience for like most of these customers? Are they like renovations or are they like just new houses or
a lot of new construction.
Yeah, a lot of new construction, a lot of outdoor kitchens.
Okay.
A lot of
I mean, since COVID, I think the outdoor kitchen thing has really blown up in our
Yeah, I know,
area.
like-
Outdoor
just
living.
outdoor living.
Yeah,
I mean,
period.
fireplaces.
Outdoor
I mean,
living
yeah. I
is
mean,
just-
anything to where because everybody was stuck inside for weeks, so they're like, all right, what? Lowe's is open. We were, we were open at the time. Like, so what
we
can
were
we do?
essential.
Yeah, no, yeah,
we were essential. So
I'm pretty sure I came. Y'all did. Y'all saved me. Y'all. I was looking for some stuff for some of my guys that we were doing, patching up roofs and all, and like y'all were like the only people in the area that had any nails
Right.
and any what it was. I can't even think of the name. It's not torch, but it's the roll
oh,
paper.
like the ice and
Synthetic
water or
felt?
synthetic.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
synthetic felt. That's what we were using
Oh, yeah.
to cover up a lot of people's
Oh yeah.
damages and stuff. So
You talking about after Ida?
Mhm.
Whew, that's a whole nother story there.
I want to ask you a question, but I feel like you already answered it. But like, when you guys like notice a demand in the market, like what is your plan or execution to like follow those trends immediately? Like, is it connections? Is it just based off of like intuition, or like?
I mean, we got so many friends and people out there that are in the business, the same business. I got a very good friend in Little Rock, Arkansas, and I'll reach out to him. And there's people all like it's a network that's
Right.
Yeah, colleagues,
You know,
people in the
brick
peers.
businesses are a little bit different than most businesses. Like, there's a forum once a year. They finally started moving it around. It used to be in Greensboro, in North Carolina, or South Carolina. One of them, I don't even remember where it was at. But you'll start seeing young guys, and then all of a sudden, their son will start popping up,
Right.
and then that he's about to transition and take over his dad's business. So. It's not like you going in and seeing all these new faces.
Right.
It's
Yeah, that's what, like,
it's
generational.
Generational
Well, that's-
networking.
that's what I was about to say.
Generational.
Isn't like what I kind of heard, like, and I don't know if that was y'all. I don't think it was y'all. I actually brought it up to y'all, but somebody told me that before. It's like the brick industry is kind of like a mafia type situation. Huh?
It has a lot of the same, I guess, tendencies because it's very close knit. Like
Right.
we know a lot
well,
of
like
our competitors.
what I was meaning as in like it's just like
it's
it's something that is very hard to get into.
That's right.
Well,
you-
competitors treat.
Well, I feel like
That's
it's
what I'm
not
wondering.
really that at all. It's just like a Toyota dealership. There's only one in town.
Right.
They want their product to be featured. They want their product to be known, and they want someone that's going to execute it, send it out, and do the right thing with it. if you got everybody selling it, it's no longer.
It waters down the market. It's
Right.
not good for
Right.
nobody. I mean, everybody knows everybody's
know,
in business.
there's
Yeah, it
only
doesn't
money.
become an exclusive product. It's
Right.
just a product.
Right.
That's right. And it's they don't set it up in lumber yards unless it's in a very, very small town because they don't want to be used as a lost lead, which you understand what that is? Like they might sell the brick at cost to get the lumber package, the shingle package and stuff
So it's
like
just
that.
a thrown
No,
in. Yeah.
they want it to be a
An
product.
exclusive product.
They give you a territory to work. That way you can maintain it and you can make sure that you're doing what they want you to do. You're a distributor. It's just like Toyota. They're going to roll up today and say, hey, man, you need to rebuild this building. And they want you to put a new front, put your new, they've got demands on you like that you got to kind of follow to keep your lines with them,
Are you guys consulting with competition to stay on trends? Like, is this other company over here like, hey, like we've been doing like these style of bricks and it's been really working, and you guys are like, all right, bet we're gonna implement that into our business.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, but
I'll
I wouldn't really say it's competition. I mean, we're all in the same business,
Right.
but because it's like regional products, like we're almost friends, and so it's like, hey, if you have a question, you can kind of say, hey,
Right.
oh, you see what's happening? Because look, Lafayette, the most popular top 3 bricks in Lafayette, we aren't even on our radar in this area.
Really?
That's how easy it is to. I mean, our number 1 brick, they're like, well, at one time we swapped bricks because our number 1 they had, their number 1 we had, and so we had just swapped because we didn't have enough of the other ones.
Right.
So it's very regional. I think the name means a lot too. Something that everybody, you see a brick named whatever, French Quarter, right? And you had a great time there one time, so you're like, man, that just.
Sticks with
Yeah,
you.
it resonates.
And bricks are
Nostalgic
warm.
feeling, yeah.
Bricks are
Right,
inviting.
right.
Bricks
That's
are.
crazy.
It's everybody wants like a brick accent wall. So
Brick is a cozy feeling.
and it's one of those things that
Totally
it's,
Well, look at you
look, it's
associated
very
fireplaces,
underrated,
all kind of
Totally
oven,
is.
right?
it's
It's an
different.
underrated product,
Yeah.
but who doesn't? You go into a place and you got sheetrock. Okay, that's cool. But you go into a place and you see an accent wall. Where's everybody taking the pictures?
The brick wall.
That's
Like
right.
it's and you don't even know you're doing it, but it's like that's like the focal point because it's just nice.
And it's kind of crazy that you just said it like that. Like I never
That's
really
cool.
Yeah.
I never really thought about it in those terms.
That's
you know
right.
What I mean?
Well, I mean, New Orleans, when you go to New Orleans, like Bourbon Street, there's a strict criteria that they have to follow when they're doing all those old buildings on Bourbon. Like all of that restore stuff,
Theme, huh?
it has to stay. And, I mean, we still sell a lot of old brick. We get a lot of old buildings torn down, 150-year-old buildings out of Chicago, St. Louis, and we still sell a lot of reclaimed brick.
That's what I was about to. What my next that actually goes into my next question. I was gonna ask you what you just saying, the comment you made before about y'all still getting those calls for that type of stuff. Have y'all got any calls from like downtown Tib yet? Like about the
We've done
people?
some projects down there.
We
No,
did,
no.
yeah.
I'm just talking about like with the recent construction they have going on.
Nothing yet. No.
Nothing like because like I know like one guy I was talking with and he said like the plaster fell off his wall
Okay.
and from like just like a lot of vibration and stuff from
Yeah.
you know
Yeah.
what I mean so I
Oh
don't know.
yeah. Well, they can
I was,
reach out.
that's why that's why I was definitely just wondering.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes it's through a network, but no, I didn't know about that. But yeah, we've done some projects down there. Peppers, we did all their little remodel. They had somebody across the street that did some brick inside, some accents, for all those. Because Thibodeau, man, it's been
I'm ready to check
Uh,
out the Peppers one. I wanna see how that goes.
yeah,
Man, he's, and look, I worked with Grady a long time ago. The guy that owns Peppers, great guy.
Oh yeah,
Great guy.
his
I
son
love
works
Grady.
for us.
But Grady is one of those guys that you need because he's not scared to take a leap. And Grady, he'll mix 4 or 5 different used Alabamas, used Carolinas, used St. Louis, throw a little Chicago's in there, and people will come to us and say, like, we want what's on that building. I'm like, he was bold. He mixed it all up, and it has these characteristics in it that you just can't.
yeah,
But
That's
it's just people like him too. They're like, I can only imagine the houses and the things that he's seen.
yeah.
That where it's just like, I know what I want to. You know what I mean?
Well,
like he
yeah.
comes in there knowing.
It's like one of those myths, people. I mean, look, if you get in a new house and then you see bricks that are broken and chipped, it could be confusing, right? Nobody wants a brand new car that's all wrecked, but I was out there when they were bricking it. Like, if there was a brick with like a gaping hole in one side, the bricklayers naturally want to put that to the inside.
right.
He was like, flip it around.
He wants that.
He wanted that.
The
He
character.
wanted
Yeah.
the work. Every one of those bricks, it's the worst side. Like on the other side, it's probably pristine, but
That's
the one side that was all chipped,
But he
broken,
wanted
had
that.
Yeah, yeah.
had
he wanted that
bolts in
kind
it.
of,
I mean,
Yeah.
and look, if you look,
antique look.
that's a beautiful building, and
That's
it's
crazy.
timeless.
No, it's crazy.
The
It's
brick on that
timeless.
building will never go out of style
I really
Never.
like that a lot. actually.
Never.
That's
because there's
man.
always going to be. Matt actually, a few years back, they had some reporters from St. Louis because we get a lot of brick. It's called U St. Louis, And so he had some reporters that reached out. They tore this house down. It was like, I don't know, 6 generations lived in this house, whatever it was. And they marked all the brick. And when we bought them, or whoever bought them, they followed the brick and then watched when we sold
That's
them.
crazy.
Yeah.
And so that someone down here bought them and put them on a pool house.
So there's like a whole trail
So
of where
there's a
this
trail.
went.
And they wrote a story about
Wow.
the generations of people that lived in the house in St. Louis, and then they wrote a story about the people that used it down here for their pool house.
That's awesome.
That really brings something home, because how many products on your house can you say, I got a story behind? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like,
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah.
It's almost like that story. Like I know y'all was talking to my guy, Andy, and y'all know his dad,
Yeah.
Mr. William. So
Yeah.
he did a lot of stuff in his house like that, where he actually has like some crazy stuff. Like he has like windows from churches
Yeah.
and like
Awesome.
Pennsylvania and stuff like that. Like just like some like where where
Yeah.
churches started and they
Yeah,
have that
yeah.
antique glass. He has a lot of that type of stuff incorporated in his home. So it's just like I really do appreciate whenever you
Oh,
see
yeah.
those other little things.
Yeah, it was cool when we did that. When I did that deal with the newspaper, like they showed the families, their companies, all that, and they showing how we taking all these derelict buildings, taking them down, and then I mean over there they think that they're wasting, but they're also taking the reclaimed old cypress and all that out of them, and that's what they're selling in all those the beams in all these new houses, all those reclaimed
I
wood.
probably have one of those in mine right
Yeah.
now.
And they sell. I mean, look, I have another house that I did, and it was an old. I think it was like a paper mill, and they had the granite sign on the outside, and I was able to buy it from the demo guy, and the guy that bought the brick from me has that as his backsplash, as his outdoor kitchen
That's
with the
pretty
name of it,
That's cool.
Yeah,
and
that's
it
legit.
was legit.
Clean.
Like it was, yeah.
Y'all took a picture?
Yeah, we got pictures. Yeah.
Well, like you were saying though, I mean, look, you walk into a lot of these new construction houses. Like my brother bought a house probably, I think it's about 2 years ago in Lafayette. But you walk in this house, and the focal point is that what I take from it. Now that you're saying that, I really didn't pay attention, but you see the brick arch that comes between his
Yeah.
living room and his
There's
kitchen.
that.
Yeah, yeah.
And look, I mean, that's like the only brick he's got inside his house. But you're like, damn, look at that. That's crazy. You know,
Looks
it,
good.
it stands
Right.
out.
And you know what? The cost of doing that is not much more than if that was a sheetrock arch.
Right.
And no one's going to stand in
But
front of
nobody's
the
gonna say,
sheetrock arch.
man, that sheetrock arch is pristine.
Right.
People always come in, they're like, hey, how much is such and such brick? And we give them a price, and they're like, oh my gosh, it's like half of what I had in my mind. Like, everybody has like a mindset, like, this is what I'm going to spend.
Yeah.
People don't realize,
It's never what you thinking.
yeah,
whenever it comes to
brick is
construction.
a very underrated product, and it's inexpensive for what you're getting. I mean, you're getting a 100-year
Product.
product. I mean, 100 years, it's going to stand the test, and probably more than that. Like I said,
And-
we selling bricks that are over 150 years old.
And look, I just want to finish and hear out the finish of y'all's story of basically how y'all ended up and got the brickyard and was not.
Oh, yeah, we got off track.
we got off
did.
track. We didn't
did.
finish
and that happens because all of us like to talk.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
So I'll take it for this little piece and I'll give it to Tim. So we knew instantly when the big people bought us that we didn't want to be there. And I think personally, me and Tim love our town. I think we both feel the same way that we hate when people say they hate Houma, they hate Thibodaux. Like, we got a cool place.
So we got an awesome place,
And
a
I
growing
think that
place.
people need to reinvest in our town and quit saying that. I hate it here. There's nothing to do. Well, then make something to do. Make something to do. Spend some money and make something to do. But anyway, back to where I was going.
Sorry, you feel better.
I do.
Got it
I'm
off your
sorry.
chest. Sorry.
It just
No,
makes me
no.
upset because
Hey,
I
hey,
love this
look,
place.
Look,
No, it's
this,
really
this
true,
guy
though.
right here,
It's really true.
He's laughing, he's shaking his head because he's like, man, like we're going to
Been my
Hawaii.
mindset since
Let's-
I was a kid.
we're-
I'm
we're-
like, fuck this place. I need to get out.
No.
No, dude,
Don't
like, and I
feel that way.
But guess what? I've been kind of changing his mind. Don't even lie.
He's been opening my mind.
I've been
a lot,
opening his
I'm gonna
mind a
be
lot.
honest.
Like there's so
One
much,
thing,
so
my
much.
bad.
No, go ahead.
One thing he's like really clocked in my head is the fact that there's not much here gives it that much more opportunity
That's
for
right.
a lot to be here.
Opportunity is.
And I'm like, that's smart.
You make it your
Yeah.
own. Don't
That's
don't
right.
go to a town that someone else has made
Why
popular.
they-
Put
yeah,
this one on
yeah.
the map.
Put it
why
on the
go,
map.
Why go do something else? Why follow trends? Why go to Hollywood and go to Los Angeles where everybody's already popping and it's horrible to even try to get a job or something out
Competition's
there.
even higher.
Competition's even higher. Dude, fuck the competition. You make it to where that's what we did here. There is no competition for us. That's what these guys did, really, in this area.
Until next
West-
week, we going into the podcast business. Screw that. That's all our damn stories.
But no, but for real, like, do y'all actually have like any? Y'all don't have no competition. You know what I mean? Like y'all lock down this area, so it's just like being able to find what you do best and succeed at it and do it at a
Give
consistent
it your
level.
all.
and
Yeah.
You got to give it
all.
your all.
I mean, it's almost hard to fail.
You gotta do that. So anyway, let's go back because we keep getting off.
It's all right.
So
Better let that man finish his story.
we
Like come
so we
cross-eyed
worked
shit.
for those people for like 14 months, and then it was the do or die. And 4/20 of 2020 is the day we both walked out on our.
We didn't
jobs.
pick that date.
Yeah, that's kind of wild.
That was that's
I was
that's,
thinking.
that's the
man,
date.
They
that-
went light up.
That's the
We
date.
lit up the other way. It was like the phones were lit. up.
Yeah.
2 phones.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget that day. We walked in there, and it was just Tim and I, and all we had was 2 desks and 2 laptops. And Kenworth was coming to deliver the truck with the machine on the back, and M&L was coming to deliver the forklift. And I remember looking at him, and I said, "We got to do this. Like,
Do or die.
we got to do this."
One of the scariest days, and it also was in the middle of COVID. And
Yeah.
we topped that on.
Dude,
It was
that's
like
so-
a month into COVID.
Wait, so that's whenever y'all started?
yeah.
A month
Dude,
into COVID.
So literally, what's crazy? Me, him, y'all, and like 2 of our other guests that we just had on the podcast, all started their businesses in the midst of COVID,
Yeah.
like prime time COVID, and look at where all of these businesses and companies are at now. Like people, this is what I say: people take like things like COVID had happened and like, oh, poor me, poor that,
crutch,
poor
yeah.
this, I'm depressed, I'm locked in. Oh, you know what I was doing during COVID? I was seeing, how can I make some money right now? Who can I ain't got to go to school right now. I ain't got to go to no college
Right.
classes. Bet who got my money in their pocket and where I'm going to get it and
That's
how
right.
I'm going to get it.
Yeah, how can
Like-
I jumpstart? Everybody's at home. How do I get
Well, that's
that?
the thing. Everybody had enough time to think about shit and
So-
how to
Right.
plan it.
So in the midst of COVID,
So we get it. We had a friend that he had a CDL license, and I was going to get mine so I could get on the truck and just roll. Like we had to be lean, and we had this old man, Mr. Cricket, that
Well-
used to work with us.
We literally were ignorant enough to think, we was like, dude, we can run this thing for like 10 years, just you and me. You drive and I sell.
I got one truck in the back and full of bricks.
We really
Just
thought we
going door to
was-
Like, dude,
door.
I could come with you in the truck early mornings. You can drop me off back.
Right.
I'll do the sales. I'll load you when you get back. We're like, dude, that's that. Yeah, lean. We got to be lean.
How many bricks you need? A few thousand? I'm sorry, I got 10.
Right. Yeah.
Like, I could even lock the door. You know, we'll be back in 10 minutes.
So
Like, yeah, we were gonna do it. We were gonna do it lean.
Mr.
Two
Cricket comes on, and I had talked to him a little bit, and before I didn't tell him what was going down, and I had told him that I had a friend opening a lumber yard, and so I called him and I told him, I said, "I'm sorry, I lied." I said, "But it's me and Tim. We're going to sell brick on our own." And so fast forward, I get my license and all that, and I mean, you're nervous. I mean, your schedule's full. You got to take care of these customers. So there was nights where I couldn't sleep. And I just get out of bed at 2:30 in the morning. I knew the trucks were loaded. The truck, I'm sorry, not trucks with an S, truck. And I tell the guys before, I'm like, pull me the next 5 orders. And I remember one morning I'm delivering brick at 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning.
I was the
dropping 'em.
guys, by the way. Me and Cricket. He told the guys,
Yeah.
y'all
Yeah.
get these pulled.
Cricket still over there.
No, Cricket.
No, he fell ill.
Right after the storm, he got ill. He's still with us. He comes to see us every now and again and hang out and
Best
catch
guy
up.
ever.
But he had some sickness. His legs. He couldn't walk a whole lot much anymore. But great man. He's a great man.
Well, just and then also just to get these guys their flowers. So they talking about this story. They started off with this one truck and all this dream and all. Now they got 2 locations. I consider it 2
Right.
locations.
Right.
Y'all were smart enough to
Well,
connect them, right?
Right.
So
Right.
Both sides to buy.
both sides of value, you got them covered. If you're
Up
going
the buy,
down,
down the
LA,
buy, you got 'em
down the
both.
buy, wherever you gotta go,
Yeah.
picking your
You
bricks
can't
up.
get away. You
But
can't
then,
get away.
but then the cool part too about it is just like, oh, you going that way and you don't need the bricks going that way, and you need them going the other way.
That's right.
I'm gonna have my forklift guy drive
Right.
across the bridge and get them for you.
That's right.
We literally got that on film. Like we caught that on film.
And look,
doing it.
man, I'll be honest with you. We didn't realize how good our location was going to be.
Oh, y'all prime.
Until once we were there. And
Y'all
it's
are
like them
prime.
trucks come in, come out. You know, they hate getting off of them interstates. You know, them big trucks. They want to come in and look, they dump off, boom,
What are y'all
they
like,
right back
literally 30 seconds off of the
Yeah.
interstate?
Yeah.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
30 seconds,
Sheesh,
if that,
yeah.
even
Yeah.
if 30
We're really.
seconds.
I mean, look, whether you Raceland, Lockport, Thibodeau, Houma, Morgan City. I mean, we almost in the middle.
I was about to say,
Absolutely.
I consider it the
Yeah,
middle.
oh, yeah,
We're
I was
center.
about to
So,
say,
yeah.
For construction, I mean, it works because I mean, look, everybody, the trucks are expensive to run, and you gotta be efficient with them. So we're really in a good spot.
I admire the place y'all took it. How many years are y'all in it now? 5? Or
5
so?
years, yeah.
So y'all made the official 5-year mark.
Yeah.
So I mean, y'all in
A lot
it
of bumps
now.
along the way. A lot of a lot of look, everybody, if it's, whether you're in business or just starting a business, I mean, we're human. You learn a lot. You make mistakes, but you take those mistakes and you improve on them. And I feel like with our group that we have bi-weekly, or we have a meeting every 2 weeks. We ask for input. I mean, look, we're not like on this perch high up. I mean, we're there every day with them, you know, and we want input because we don't know everything.
Matt was freaking going out there in the yard, sweating on, and you was in the room making sure everybody was doing everything they needed to do.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, look, we want, you know, you may have a better idea how something works because you're more involved in it. You're not just going to close that person off because you think I'm their boss. No, you're going to listen and you're going to be like, you know what? Maybe that does work. And look, we've taken a lot of employees' ideas and implemented them, and it's better.
Yeah.
I mean,
absolutely.
As you grow, sometimes there's less things that you're actually doing, right? So the person that's doing it can see a way to improve. You always got to listen and be willing to adapt, in my opinion. I mean, you can't just be, you know, strict and strenuous and this is how it's done. Look, times are changing. I mean, in the last 5 years, I mean, between, you know, COVID and then we had Ida, so much has changed with technology. I mean, you know, you got to be willing to be on a podcast. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't just say, no, I'm not doing that. And there's a lot of times that we talk to each other and we're like, man, you know, fuck that or whatever it is. And like, we don't, it's beneath us or we're not good enough, whatever it is, whatever reason we're like, but no, you're like, you know what? Maybe let's give it a shot.
Let's try it. Let's see what happens.
And it's either going to be a yes or no. Yeah, it worked, or no, it didn't. But we did it. As soon as you
tried.
start closing yourself off to things just because you have one opinion or another, you might have did that thing, and it might have gained you another customer down the road. You know, if you didn't do it, you'd never met that guy.
I love how you're saying that though, because you know what I see with a problem. A lot of places around, just in these areas, like around us. You see Thibodaux, you see Homa, how much we're growing right now. Like Thibodaux especially. Thibodaux is growing at an astronomical rate.
Definitely.
You notice how it's a lot of younger people that's doing these things, right? So
That's
a lot
great.
of these other towns that I see around here, like I'm on a board for Assumption Parish. I'm on a few different boards out there and stuff. And I'm just seeing all these older people, and I go into these meetings and stuff. I bring something up that I know is going to work. I know it's whatever. And then they kind of blow me off just because they think like, oh, he's a kid. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, guys, you know, like, y'all put me on this board for a reason. You know what I mean? Like, at least hear me out and hear out what I'm saying.
Well, be open to change. Be open to younger ideas.
Well, that's the problem. Like, so, like, one of the boards I'm on, like, we opening up a museum, and the youngest person is me on the board. You want to know who the second youngest person is? Like 60-something. So it's like...
Jeez.
It's like, yeah, and
You're
like
up against the wall.
What are you
I'm
playing?
up, yeah. So I'm up against the wall, and I'm trying to talk. So I'm trying to talk to these people and tell them, like, look, guys, like, this is a smart idea for y'all to do. This is how y'all should do it if y'all want to do it this way, whatever. And it's just like sometimes I just don't feel like they're hearing me out. So
Well, listen,
Don't ever give up on the fight. Though.
If that's the youngest person on the board, speak louder. They probably can't hear you. You probably
Well, look,
so low.
in your defense, you only got a few years to wait it out, and then you're going to be the leader.
Dude, bring us all in.
Your ideas are fixing to
board.
be the top ideas.
yeah.
So you guys basically were saying that you guys thought like you guys can run this whole truck and do it all by yourselves. So where has the delegation of task of through your business of actions and just assignments, where have that gone to, and who have you guys assigned that to make your job easier?
Man, that was actually a very hard part. I don't know about Matt, but for me, as we started hiring people to do the jobs that we used to do, it was hard for me to find the job I was supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? It's because you're always growing. So like, all right, well, I don't really have to sell as much, but I know there's something I should be doing. Well, I don't have to load the truck. I don't have to pull the order. But all right, how do I help us? So then I was like, all right, it almost kind of organically happened. You start you see a salesperson, like, all right, you can train them, you do this. It just builds. You need the APAR, but all right, well, organization.
Right.
I feel like, I'm like, you know what? No one else is going to do it. I mean, obviously, you know, that's one of those things people don't always see. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to start getting this organized. I'm going to do labels. I'm going to do, it's like the little mundane things that you really end up doing because that's the things, it's the small things that make the big things happen.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, well, Matt does a lot of the ordering and he does a lot of the, he does a lot of the if you ever owe us money, he's gonna be the bulldog on you. But I do a lot of the internal like inventory organization. Like I'm trying to always get because look, we're in a filthy business. There's always dust and dirt and grime and sand, everything everywhere. So you gotta, and it's not like you're just putting it on the shelf. I mean, you need space. So you gotta keep that organized because there's like things where you're like, all right, where's this? We don't know. It might be buried. You know, that's how we were before we got to have both sides of the buyer. You had bricks.
But we also
3 deep.
We also just jumping in to go with his. We also had promised each other when we started we were going to have the cleanest place around. And look, we didn't have it at the beginning because it was gravel. But I promise you, I love concrete. And I was like, when we gonna get to that point, we're gonna pour cement. And thank God we're there where we were able to buy the concrete and everything's concreted. And look, I'm on them guys about keeping it clean. I want women to come in there, men to come in there, kids to come in there. I want it to be clean like a house.
Well, basically, and that would lead into my next question is, did y'all, like now that y'all at the point where y'all at now, do y'all see like a certain process that y'all see from like whenever a client comes in to whenever a client exits? Because like from what I saw whenever I was doing content the other day, they had a guy walk in and the first person y'all sent him to was, go talk to
Amanda.
Amanda, yeah. Amanda.
Shaggy and
Yeah.
Nick,
Nick,
they're
yeah.
all in there
So he
too.
was like, go talk to them right now. They'll take care of you. And then basically they kind of take care of, figure out what they need or whatever. And then y'all go to the next process and then it's
That's right.
ordering. Like, so y'all build out that process now where it's almost like y'all probably used to stress about it back in the, like
Oh,
3
yeah.
years ago or 4 years ago, but now it's just so seamless
Yeah.
because y'all built
Well,
that.
they've all been trained, and I think that we've done a good job. But we have a crazy good crew. Like all our people, of course, we all have rough days. Everybody's got a life outside of work. I
Right.
mean, that's just reality. So this guy might be feeling not so good today. This gal might be having some issues. You don't know, and look, that's kind of hard to
It's
figure
life,
out.
and
It's
everybody's
life.
got their own deal, you know. I'll tell you one thing. I wanted to say this earlier. It was some of the stress when Heavy said like we started and we ended up being busy because of COVID. People call and be like, "Man, where's my stuff? You said it was going to be XYZ." Well, look, things happen. You got delivery trucks, a lot of moving equipment. The stress and the hurt in my belly that I have because we strive to be
Top performance.
top.
That's
You know,
right.
like if we tell you 10, because look, where we came from, it was chaos.
Terrible.
I could never tell you a time and we'd be on it. So we said, we was like, all right, we tell you 10, we're gonna be there between 10 and 10:30. I'm never one to give a date, but well, some things happen. I get it, man. So like, you just never wanna
Can I
let
say-
someone down.
Can I say one of those things that I know for a fact happened that affected y'all, that stopped y'all ordering and stopped y'all shipment, that had nothing to do with y'all, but it's just like one of those things, like basically, all right, so I'm not gonna call out the manufacturer.
Right.
I'm not gonna do it, not gonna call them out. But the manufacturer, they do good work. They're the best people around. I mean, that's the shingles I would use, honestly.
Yeah.
Anyway, besides the point, they had a shortage of the facilities to bring them the
Oh, yeah,
material.
yeah.
Like this was during COVID because I remember because I was selling
Yeah.
roofs for Hurricane Laura in Lake Charles. I was driving 5 hours every day, and I was having to tell a lot of these people too and like back them up and all. We actually got a lot of materials from y'all during that time too. It was with A&A Roofing. Y'all look them up whenever,
Okay.
and y'all go see the invoices and stuff. But we were doing stuff with them out there, and they literally could not get the material to make the shingle.
Right.
Oh yeah.
The
'Cause they had a
fiber
short-
matting.
yeah.
I think the fiber matting was short.
The
yeah.
matting was short. The granules were short.
The
It was like
everything.
everything that could possibly have went
So it
wrong
just like-
was going wrong.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
just like, and I know what you're
and the
saying,
customer
right?
don't want to hear that.
Yeah,
You know,
and
so
I know-
Yeah, they don't care. They just want their product.
That's right.
And so
Well,
were they
they're
blaming
scared.
y'all
They want
kind of
their
too?
roof redone.
Well,
The
yeah. I
house
mean, you
was
had
leaking.
people that were gung ho. That's all they wanted to use, and I understand that when you find a brand that you like, that you trust, of course. I mean, I feel like everyone's like that. We're the same way with everything we buy, vendors that we use. If you got a good relationship and no one's messing up, well, you're going to stick with them. You're not going to the other guy because, shit, the price may be better, but guess what? They fuck up every fucking order.
Right.
So what's a few dollars here and there, do you want peace of mind or do you want the absolute save every last penny?
Golly, I know Austin wants to say a story right now. I know Austin is probably biting his tongue.
Which
right
one?
now about my boy who used the other crane company.
Yeah, look, man. We ain't gonna
Triggered.
hash-
Light the
yeah,
fire,
No,
light the
no,
fire.
no, I ain't gonna hash it out. Look, dude made
Right
a
here.
decision, the wrong decision, but he made a decision. Look, hey, he tried to go cheap.
We have people that do that.
But
too.
listen, and look, I'm not saying, look, because I had to recently go through a little spell of things, and it was kind of, obviously everybody's prices increase, okay? So
Sure.
you got to go with the market. And look, going back to that thing where competitors and whatnot. Look, people think, oh, that crane company. No, we're not enemies. We don't fight with each other.
Right.
Matter of fact, I deal with a lot of different competitors. We talk on a daily basis
right.
We
sometimes.
do work with other marketing
Yeah, listen, we
companies.
do other work with these crane companies, and we utilize them. They utilize me. And listen, I'll call them. I'll say, hey, where's y'all prices at this? And they'll tell me. Now, whether they're telling me the truth, I don't really know. But look, we're close.
Sure.
And look, you have to do that to keep the market fair.
Of course.
Sure.
If not, it's going to be way whack, and then somebody's obviously going to be losing money or not
Right.
making money.
So
I mean, it's
basically,
just
I'll say what happened was this guy quoted Austin quoted this guy out. He wasn't really happy with the price.
and look, I cut him
The
a deal. It was a
customer
fair
here.
price
Yeah.
because he was dealing
It
with
was-
Nick. So
It was really the customer who didn't like the price, so it really was out of his hands. Customer didn't like the price. Well, he got another quote from another crane company out there. They had a way astronomically cheaper price, and so he went with them. Well,
by the way,
although-
this other crane company shows up in shorts and flip flops.
Yep.
I'm just gonna throw that out
Yeah,
there.
that's what basically happened. Shorts, tries to get out of there, doesn't do the things that he needs, showed up late.
And they're like, oh, by the way, we gotta go.
Yeah, then
And dude's like,
left
well,
out
you ain't
early.
finished putting the shit up.
Well,
He's like, oh, it don't matter.
Matt has a quote that I think will resonate
Definitely.
with that story.
And it's at the bottom of my email on every email I send. It's a quote from Benjamin Franklin, and it says, "The sweetness of a cheap price is remembered." Wait, I need to
Far longer.
far longer than the bitterness of poor quality.
That's right.
I like that.
It's on the bottom of all my emails.
I like that.
I had to think about it for a second.
It makes you
But
wonder. Like,
I think I was
get what you pay for.
stumbling on it because I was thinking of something to say. And I think what happens to you, and I know what you're saying because it's happened to us. I think, and it's probably somebody that you knew, and it's almost disappointing when you go through that because you feel like that dude thought I was trying to get him, and I was really trying to truly help him.
Right.
And I think
But he
it
didn't see the
scars
value.
you more because you're like, that dude thought I was trying to shyster him, and I don't want nobody to think I'm like that. You know what
No.
I'm like?
That's hilarious.
That dude, and that kind of burns me. I probably won't sleep good at night because I'm thinking man, that dude thought I was trying to get him, and I just wanted him to get the best deal, and knowing what he was getting. But some people,
Everyone goes into it, as a cynic and negative, and they're always thinking everybody's trying to get them. It's like the old car salesman theory. Like, man, you sell. I know you're gonna try to just rake it over the coals. And no, man. Honestly, whether you're a friend or a stranger, we want you to be happy.
Right.
We're not dicks. You know what I'm saying? We're not there to just ruin everyone's house. Be like, I want you to cry for 30 years
I
with
want to
this
talk
brick.
to you when I see you in
Well,
Rockford.
no, look,
And be
we
like,
see
hey,
everybody
dude,
as
how that
correct.
turned
Like,
out for
But you know what I think?
We're here to help.
I don't
there's
want
a-
to duck you because you mad at me
Right.
because you did the other thing because then it makes it awkward. I want you to be satisfied with what we did, and we're gonna be fair with you. It's easy.
Well, I think the problem is, look, a lot of people.
Well, go ahead.
I was gonna say a lot of people in business don't realize they can't separate that fine line. It's not that I'm trying to. I mean, they can't separate that friendship. Listen, it's just business.
That's right.
I got costs, I got employees, I got stuff that have to happen. Listen, if I'm not making money on it, listen, work for work's sake doesn't mean anything at the end of the day.
Sure.
If you're losing money on it, guess what? It's not worth it. We just had the same thing with we do these mobile homes. Okay, we're getting some backlash. I had to go up on prices. They're like, "Oh well, man, that's expensive." Well, guess what? Listen, I don't want to be known as the crane company that's the cheap crane company because guess what? That's not what we're in it for.
Right.
Right.
I want to be the safest quality and whatever. Listen, we're seeing the other crane company coming with one crane trying to do what we doing, almost dropping the crane, the trailer. Listen, that's not what we do.
Yeah.
We're gonna make sure your job gets done efficiently. Now, if you have to pay a little extra, hey, that comes with the cost. But I got costs that I got to make, just like y'all got costs.
But I feel like in those
But they get offended though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they
Instead of
do.
offended, like, oh, you were friends. Listen, buddy, we'll go drink a beer after the fact. But when it's business, it's just business.
But I feel like every one of them scenarios, if you sit back long enough, and I don't mean to sound ugly when I say this, because it's
I
not
know
that
what
you
you
get
mean.
the last
Yeah,
laugh,
you're gonna say,
but you
that's-
No.
get to see that guy didn't trust you, and he
Yeah.
didn't get what he thought he was
Yeah.
getting for that value.
In the back of his mind, he knows he fucked up. He
Yeah.
should have came.
Well, look, I'm just like
know.
you said. I'm that kind of person. I'm a people pleaser. I was a people pleaser. I had to rethink and say, you know what? Not that this. I don't mean this in a negative way. And some people go say, oh, well, that's kind of a dick way to think about it. But no, I had to change my thought process and say, you know what? If they don't like it, well, that's my prices and that's it. If I lose your work, well, it's unfortunate, but guess what? There'll be somebody else that's gonna take my work. You know, they're gonna pick me up.
Well, I just think it's hard because you're sitting there and you're like, man, this dude, you know, and then I think it's in the back of your mind when you roll off from that guy or whatever, and you feel like, man, that dude didn't trust me. Like that guy didn't.
I think
he didn't see my truthfulness, and like, I guess you self-check yourself because you're like, what did I do wrong that, you know? But some people you ain't gonna fix them.
No, you can't please everybody.
No,
I realize that, like, and it's just being able to read people too and see like how they react to certain situations, and you could tell like it's like me. I'm the type of person like if you have a problem and you got something going on that you have some type of issue with us or our company or with anything, give me a call.
Sure,
5-minute call, dude. We'll literally
say that all the time.
We'll,
we say it all the time.
We'll literally hash it out right there. It ain't gonna be no problems. It's gonna be, look, man, my bad. If I fucked up, I'll be the first one.
Through the cracks.
Yeah, like I'll be the first one to admit I messed up. I'm not scared to admit I messed up.
Of course.
Ever. I'm all, look, just like y'all said earlier, how y'all hire people and y'all hire these people to do basically a better job. Same with here with me. I hire these people. Some of my employees, they don't surpass me in some of the abilities that I'm even able to do.
Well, that's what you want.
Exactly. No, that's exactly. So it's just like, but it's just like at the end of the day, man. End of the day. I knew you was about to say something. I always say the end of the day. That's the thing that I always say.
That's his go-to
He called you out on it.
term.
He's like, dude, you know you always say this. Man, that should be on maybe that should be on the next hat you wear. Or
Yeah,
something.
That's his
at the end of the
go-to
day. At the
term.
end of the day, that's a
Start
good one.
putting
That's
this
a
on
good
your
one.
t-shirt.
That's
for
a
the
good one.
end of the day.
Hey, that's
That's
a
what
good
we
one.
go at the end of the
At the
day.
end of the day.
I need my bird dog fee on that.
Hell
5%
yeah.
off
Oh,
the total
hell
sales.
yeah.
That's
That's gonna be a fire one for sure.
But nah, dude, it's just I totally see where y'all coming from with that though.
All right, 5 years down the road, what do y'all feel like there's something that y'all would have changed going back when you started that would have made your lives a lot easier that you didn't incorporate? But you know,
I don't like that question.
What?
I don't like that.
Why?
Because that's like
Why?
that's like
No, think about
That's
that.
like a what did I regret? Did I regret?
Well,
You know what I mean?
no,
It's like,
listen, I understand the regrets, but
I'll
listen.
be honest with you. I don't think we regret anything.
Okay,
that's
well,
what I'm saying.
that's
Yeah,
fair.
yeah.
No, that's fair.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I felt like the question he was asking.
I know where the
No, but
question.
what I'm trying to say is, listen, I know 5 years later from when I started, there's a couple mistakes. I would say mistakes. It's just learning curves. You didn't know. I didn't know.
Right.
There's some things that I would have changed that would have made my life a lot easier from the
But-
jump, but I learned the hard way because I had to just experience it.
Well, and I guess you have specific things for you, but for us, I feel like the mistakes that we made or the things we didn't think about, looking back, that mistake was a learning experience that we improved on. And would we have gotten here if we wouldn't have fucked up? Like, you know what I'm saying? Would we end up
No,
in the
that's
same
true.
spot we are now if we'd have did it perfect then? Sometimes when you make a mistake or
It's a good-
things that you
yeah.
do, then now you're like, know what? That's first on my list. I'm never doing that again. It was dumb. We're better than that. And that's, you know, so it's like sometimes it takes those landmark events or mistakes to say, all right, we can be better. And you know what? That'll never happen again.
Well, dude, and that's what makes people people. Go ahead.
Well, and then I'll say this, and Tim always kind of gets me grounded whenever I get hot because I probably get there quicker than him. And
Yeah, Matt gets hot daily. I get hot around Thanksgiving.
not daily,
No,
no,
we-
not daily.
No,
Weekly.
I let it build up till about
Yeah,
the
and
end of
then
the
he
year, and I just
explodes.
I'm like, you know, Mount Vesuvius.
I just
Matt's more even going where he's like, you know, he can be ticked off here and there and gets it out. I
Col-
just hold it in.
Kobe-
get it in.
Kobe-
Kobe don't know whenever
but
we're gonna
he
lie.
said this to me.
I'm putting
one
don't
time,
stress on
and-
my thing
and,
right here.
Oh,
you know,
word?
we were having.
I'll
some
get it with you.
Not issues, just you know how employees. It's just tough
Yeah.
sometimes, and you're trying to figure it out. And I said something to him, and we just sitting there scratching our head. We're trying to figure this deal out, and he goes, you know, we were good at the brick business, but we were never in the employee business. And I was like, that resonated with me a lot, and I really thought about that a lot. And then I told myself, I'm like, from here on out, I got to improve on being an employer. You know,
Yeah, you
know,
can't do it all by yourself.
right, and I need to improve how I'm treating these people, how I'm handling the situations, you know, and things like that. And it made a lot of sense when he told me that because you had to figure it out.
Yeah, no, we definitely gotta talk more about that later. Not in the podcast, but just later and whenever we
Sure.
can talk about real shit. You know what
Sure.
I mean?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
look,
But,
I'll
'cause,
tell
like,
you this.
I struggle with the same thing.
Well,
though,
no,
sometimes.
hey, I
like,
did too. I had to realize, listen, and you're gonna resonate. Y'all gonna all resonate with this. I had to realize I used to get, I'd fly off the handle, get pissed, start, cursing, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I can't believe I'm doing this, blah, blah. But then I realized, listen, when I go home, I'm the only one still mad. When
Right.
they clock out,
Right.
they
They
don't
don't
give two
care.
shits
Yeah.
about at the end of the day why we were pissed off. And guess what? They're having fun with their families. Guess what? I'm sitting on the couch. my wife, I'm pacing back
Yeah.
and forth,
And
pissed
it
off.
don't
My wife's
serve
like,
you
what's
well.
wrong? I'm like,
I don't think we were mad. I think we were just trying to wear so many hats.
Yeah.
We were taking orders. We were trying to order materials. Like
Well,
you
you're
were doing-
passionate about it. You
Yeah.
want
Well,
it to
you would-
That's
succeed.
what I'm
you
about to
would-
say. Passionate.
Now we have a great team. And look, I'm gonna tell you something. Everybody that works for us, we're truly blessed. They are competitive people. Like when we go to the Home Builders Association bowling thing, we usually kick everybody's ass. We had something to do for Terranians this year, so we missed it. It was general membership. But had we been
first
there,
place last 2 years, second place this year. So
yeah,
Damn.
we usually and look.
Anybody
all
from
our
Home Builders
people,
watching this? Boom.
Yeah.
Y'all
Watch
got
out, guys.
Talk
everybody
y'all shit.
that works with us. And look, and that's something that I don't say either. I never say that. I never say that somebody works for me. I say they work with us.
Yeah, I honestly do
Because
the same thing, kinda. Like I hate
I
saying
don't
that.
like saying they're like, oh, so and so works with you, works for you, and I'm like, no, they work with me
Yeah. Well,
because
I mean, we're there every
I'll
day.
get
I mean,
on side of them and look. During Ida, I was out there every day. Tim was out there every day. We were lean. The pictures, we
Yeah.
were way skinnier.
I was in a
stacking
whole
shingles all day
size
long.
smaller shirt back
Yeah.
then, man.
Well, no, it's funny that you say that because like even whenever I'm talking to people, I hate saying that. So like I'll catch myself and I'll be like, yeah, hit up my employee, but instead of saying my employee, I'll be like, hit up my girl in the office.
Yeah.
Like hit up, or like
Yeah.
I'll say, hit up Brent that's in the office right now. Like I never call them my employees just
Right.
because like it's just like
Or
Yeah,
they
it's more
work for me.
personable than
Right.
No,
Yeah.
they don't work for you. They work
Yeah.
with your company.
Yeah.
They
And
work
and all-
alongside you.
and the people, honestly, the people that we have with us now, honestly, they all same
We're
scenario.
lucky, man.
Lucky right
are.
now.
We are. I
Right.
mean, look, everybody's had multiple jobs, and just think about the people you worked with, how many days they missed, or how they're always on the last nerve. But our group is truly, passionate about helping the customers. And we implement that. We're like, look, when it's like Field of Dreams. When you step on this, like I don't care what's going on. If you see a customer, you got to put that behind you. Like we got to put on a face because that person doesn't care about your problems.
That's
Right.
right.
Let us talk about that later internally. But when that customer is there for one thing, and he needs that strap of brick or 10 bags of whatever it is, a pack of shingles. He don't care that shit. Your dog died, your girlfriend, whatever. You need to treat that customer like he's the first one, or treat the customer like he's the most popular guy in town. I mean, everybody's got to be consistent, and I think they do. We don't get nickel and dimed with food poisoning or the sixth grandma died. You know what I'm saying? Like the
Right.
brown bottle flu
No,
on
people
Monday.
show up.
And look, showing up. I mean, y'all know showing up's half the game.
no doubt.
I mean, if you're not there, you're a missing piece.
Well, I even
You
have
got to be there to even start to mess up.
I even have guys who like I knew that like they were messing up and stuff, but I didn't even want to let them go because they were still showing up, trying their hardest and trying
Right.
to do stuff, and it's just like sometimes you gotta
Well,
make that decision. You know what I mean?
That's a tough part, of any of that because you hate to let anybody go. It's just not.
Right.
It's not
That's
fun,
not
man.
the
It's
point.
not and look, if people think you own a business and you just go to bed at night thinking about who you getting rid of, man, that's hard. If you sleep that night, then you really not passionate about what you're doing.
So look, I'll tell you something right now. Like just going off of what you just said. So I had some stuff pop on me last night. It all got cleared up today. I ain't got no problems with it. We all cleared. It's all good. We all gravy. Me and a person and everything got handled today. I didn't sleep last night. I didn't go to bed last night.
Yeah.
I
It
literally
stings,
didn't.
man,
No,
and
I
it's-
got a call from like I ain't gonna call his name out, but one of our state reps, and he's like, "Hey man, so and so called me. He told me we all friends here. I'm friends with him. Y'all friends. I'm friends with you. We do business together. Y'all do business together. We all got relationships and all." Had a conversation with me, and I was like, "Man, like," and I told him what was going on, and like I literally did not sleep last night, like at all. Like I didn't go to bed just because.
well, you question yourself. What could I have done different?
It would be a problem
should
if
I
you
have
didn't
done?
have
Well,
that.
that's what I was
You
doing.
know?
I was thinking like, what did I do wrong?
It's a
Like,
self-evaluation period.
It
in your life.
was.
Did
And-
I do this right? Did I not do this right? Did I,
Well, then, but like, I mean, I hate to bring Austin into the scenario, but he'll be the first. He'll be the first person to say it and back me up on it, though, and be like, "Look, dude, this fucking kid is rolling on it. Like he's on his shit like white on rice. You know what I mean? And it's just like it's disappointing whenever sometimes you get that
Well,
get that
and
feedback.
I think that goes back to what we talked about you'll have that customer that you're trying to do everything for, and sometimes it just doesn't go right.
Right.
And
Nobody's fault. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
It's
It's
just
like
some
the
shit.
truck
No,
has
it
issues,
just
the
is what it
forklift had
is.
issues. Everything's out of your hands, but it just always happens to that same guy.
Well, it's kind of like
But
what
you
y'all
know
So on
said.
the other side, that
If-
dude's
if-
like, "What the hell?"
if you wouldn't have those feelings, you wouldn't be in business.
Right.
It's
Because
like
if
you
you
said,
walked
you got
away and
certain-
you didn't give a shit, you'd fail.
Dude, no, I was literally
It's
like,
got to bother you so you can self-improve and improve your company to where you fix those problems to where they don't happen again.
dude, literally like last night after I got off the phone with the
It puts
guy,
you in check.
I called Austin, I called Carson, I called like 3 other people. I maybe even called you, Kobe. I don't remember if I called you or not. I called them all and I was just telling them about the scenario, telling them the situation, and then I literally like walked back and forth from my living room to my bedroom, like trying to go to bed for like probably like 4 or 5 hours, and I was just not falling asleep. So I just said, you know what, fuck it, I'm just gonna work out right now. I did a quick little workout this morning before I came to work and all, and I'm here right now. No sleep last night.
That was a
because
good way to get in on the podcast that you work out, though.
Yeah.
I like how you slid that in.
No,
You slid
no,
that
no,
in.
no, no.
Flexing
Yeah.
these
No,
challenges.
I ain't
no,
gonna bring
no.
Austin into this, but I was at the gym.
working out.
Yeah.
I wanna talk
You guys
about
know where the weight room is? I'll find it.
Yeah, it's all right. I'm gonna take my
But-
shirt off. It's a little hot in here.
Can I
Like
clarify
shirts and
my quick?
skins. Yeah, go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
What is the one thing or one piece of advice or way of thinking that has helped you guys be successful in your business? I'll give you
Yeah,
take
get-
time to think about it.
Take a few seconds to think about it. And we want to hear both y'all answers.
Okay. I know. I probably know what mine is. So, and I think we may have even said this is, you never know it all. Always be open to be educated. Always be open to other people's opinions, because we are a nation of power of knowledge, and if you start closing yourself off to just your tunnel vision, guess what? That's all you going. You going down that tunnel. So whatever the end of that tunnel is, that's where you're going. You start continue to read, figure out where you're going, learn about it, listen to other people's opinions. Well, guess what? Now you may have 6 tunnels that you're heading down.
And you heard that, guys. He said read. That doesn't mean reading fucking Twitter and Facebook and all. He's talking about pick up a book with some paper in between the lines and read a book.
And
I mean,
also, he's talking about a
anything that-
normal tunnel, not like homeless tunnel with the fucking water where you're
Right.
getting all wet. And
So
shit.
it
I
sounds
did
like-
hear that it's underwater.
So it sounds like your answer is like more of just like always know that you're always going to be learning.
Of
It's almost
course.
Like yeah.
I mean, if you look at some of the top professions, they always have to have continuing education.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
even the doctors
School
and
never
lawyers have to
stops.
do that.
School
It don't
never
matter
stops.
what you do, because guess what? There's always new revelations. There's always new things that come out that are successful. There's new laws. There's new, whatever it is, loopholes. I mean, you can't close yourself off to not learn. It don't matter if you're a janitor or if you're the president. I mean, you know what I'm saying? You have to learn and continue to learn, because other than that, you're dead end. I had a friend that told me something about a brand of cars. It's a local dealership. And I was like, dude, man, back in the day, everyone I knew had these cars.
Right.
I was like, what happened? He's like, dude, this other brand, they took over and they demanded this real estate that we had to give them. He's like, this other company that's not doing well, they're not doing no research, no development. They just think they've been in business for 40 years. We're going to be able to sell cars. Well, guess what? No one buys them anymore. And so even a company like that, a huge car company,
Still needs
can
to
start
do
to fail
Yeah.
because they don't have the right people in place that's coming out with something new. I mean, you think they come out a new iPhone every year.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There's a reason for that, because it's always got new stuff. And you're like, they're going to sell another one. They're going to sell another one. Imagine if they still had the same old piece of shit iPhone
Yeah,
with
it
the
fades
button.
out. It
Right.
fades
Like, it's
out.
like,
That's
you're like,
true.
that's what you
Right.
like. We're not buying that. It don't matter how successful you are. You always got to improve on yourself and your business, and you got to know where you're going.
That's true.
That was an awesome answer.
That's a good
Yeah,
answer.
You?
Man, I look.
Better follow up, Matt. You better follow up.
Look,
Follow
I'ma
up,
tell you,
boy.
look, Tim can tell you. He hears me preach this all the time. Like, sometimes you got to put that phone down. Not put it down. Pick it up. I'm sorry. But quit texting. Quit emailing. Let that guy hear your voice and let him know how bad you need his business. Let him know how much you appreciate his business. Let him know. Like, a text means nothing. I could send Austin something right now, and he could be like, damn, that sounds like a dick.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't mean to be like that.
Right.
You know what I mean? And look,
But I think we've all got those texts. That's
and
crazy.
look, I'll talk about on here right now. He's my guy. He's the #1 salesman and in the whole United States. And his whole rebuttal to everybody.
Oh, wait, he's
was,
the #1 in the whole United
Yes.
States? Shut up. I didn't know was
Yeah,
moving like that.
And you know what he
Hey,
told
Hey,
him?
making money? Making money.
Pick up the phone, look, he's gonna ask me, how's the kids, how's the family, how's everything? It's personal.
It is.
It's personal.
A lot harder to say no to someone that knows about your family than someone that you barely
Yeah,
know.
man.
Well,
you just,
that
So it sounds like connecting and making relationships
Yeah.
is like your thing.
Yeah.
that's what I do.
I like
Absolutely.
that a lot.
That's what I do.
Dude, that was like 2 really good fucking answers. I fuck with that
Yeah,
heavy,
no,
bro.
like,
That
was epic.
But like honestly, that's like a dream team. Honestly, if you think about it, because like, how y'all gonna fucking fail?
Right.
You know what I mean?
A lot of people have told us that because a lot of people know us personally. A lot of our closer circle, and they're like, "Man, going to business together, that's
Honestly,
tough." You know, it's like-
outside of looking in, I think it is kind of a weird dynamic because look, both of y'all have strong personalities.
yeah,
Absolutely.
I mean, look, that's rare because when you see those kind of 50-50 situations, there's always that one person that kind of is more outgoing than the next. Not to say they're not doing
Right,
their
right.
thing, but there's different personalities. But both of y'all, I mean, look, you go into a room, both of y'all are the
matching each
you
other's
know-
energy.
have
No,
Yeah.
but it's
Yeah.
crazy. Like,
Yeah.
listen, I've been around these guys a lot. I mean, I grew up down the street from him.
Yeah.
I mean, I've always known, listen, they don't meet a stranger. You walk into the bar, you walk into a place, and I mean, fuck that. You pick the 2 loudest motherfuckers in there, it's gonna be
They could be in the
it's
car.
gonna be
that's all
Matt
get out.
and Tim. I mean, honestly, it's gonna be that
Yeah.
you'll pick them out. So I just think that's a
I
crazy.
think that's kind of the dynamic though with business as well. Is like sometimes, look, especially in the construction business, there's a lot of alpha males in construction,
Oh, what?
yeah.
and sometimes you got to say, you know what, I'm not gonna be the alpha because I want to make this sale. You got to be a chameleon. You got to say, look, I'm gonna fucking tell you what you want to hear, and you gonna buy what I want. I respect you, but
Yeah.
I know what you need to make the sale. And look, everybody's different. Everybody that's ever done sales knows there's a process, right? You looking at this dude's truck, or you're looking at his clothes, you're looking at his office, and you got to find out what he likes, right?
Crazy.
You gotta relate to him, and so in the first 10 seconds, if this dude he knows everything about construction and he's got to dominate and be like, hey man, we're not being weird, but dominate me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
That's
like
have your way with
if you write me at $30,000,
You need to bend over real quick.
Right.
I'm like, I know that you got to be the dude. Like, you could be telling everything that's all bullshit. You may say every wrong thing about a shingle, some siding, a brick. Like, that's all wrong. But if that's what you think is the right thing, I'm like, yep, that's true, man.
Yeah, you'll get some guys
You know,
come through
like,
there like that.
so
that
you
just
almost
can't
have
turn
to-
their head.
You can't always be the alpha. And I think that's kind of where it's like when we are somewhere, I get it. Like, just kind of like tonight. Like, I mean, look, when he talks, I'm listening, and vice versa. Like, you kind of got to let that guy have his time. And then
y'all
chime in at
discuss
the
that
right
and
time.
be the good guy.
Look,
good
it's
cop,
like
bad
thunder
cop
and lightning.
thing.
It's like thunder and lightning. It's like shake and bake. You know what I'm saying? Peanut butter jelly, all time
what-
combos.
What's
you
the
know?
what's the one with the
Cereal, no milk.
Yeah, no. I'm trying to think. What's the
Ham,
one
no
with
burger.
Will Ferrell and your other
Yeah,
boys?
he's
the
like,
Step
all right, this
Brothers.
time you're
Yeah,
gonna play.
no,
You're gonna be the
oh.
you're gonna be the
Whatever
aggressor.
they
and I'm
did the
gonna be the
NASCAR one. The NASCAR.
Oh yeah, shake and bake.
That's what it was. Shake and
Ricky
bake.
Bobby,
Yeah, Ricky Bobby. Shake and bake.
Dude,
That's
it's so
it.
funny.
We actually had the girls do some AI stuff. We did a
Oh,
Step
my
Brothers
God.
pick.
Oh yeah, that's the one. That was the one. Yeah,
It was
that was
like
funny.
because we made it was a joke because we were like, all right, we made 5 years. We should do a billboard with us in the Step Brothers sweaters and stuff. And so they found something online, put our heads on there.
Yeah,
with
yeah.
it.
It was funny.
Yeah.
It is funny. I have the picture saved.
But I feel like those personalities keep each other in check. Like y'all able
Do
to
y'all-
kind of.
Well, we enjoy doing
Well,
things
that's what I'm
together.
saying.
We have
That's-
fun
that's-
when we together. And look, if your job isn't fun, it really ain't worth doing.
No, that's true.
I
You
think
know,
everybody at the
if
office
you
thinks
miserable
yeah.
doing the work,
Every
that
time,
ain't cool.
every time I ever came into y'all office, I had a good
We're
time.
having fun, man.
There's a reason we don't have an HR department, right?
Right.
That's
Well, we
right.
do things with them. We buy them lunch a lot. And look, the lunch thing is nothing for what they give us. You know, the time that they spend with us and the memories we all making together. Like, I want those people, when you and he knows this, his dad was in the oil field forever. You could go sit down with his dad right now and he's going to say, man, so-and-so, he was so much fun. And that company, they had so much fun. And then so-and-so bought them. And then it just went, psh. I don't want that.
Yeah.
I want us to go
still want
down
that
as the
personal
place that
aspect.
people want to do business with. We're fun. If you look, there's interior designers that come in there picking out stuff for their customers. Like, man, we want to hang out here all day. Y'all are a scream. Like y'all are just. Well, you gotta have fun, man. You gotta make it fun. You know,
Well,
what's
it's
the
gotta be-
point of
yeah.
going there every day if you just
Look, we get it. I get it. We're all in business to make money for our families, and you know that's the ultimate goal, right? Is to do the things that you love that makes you happy in this life, but also you got to work. And so I feel like if everybody's got to work, let's make light of it. I mean, look, it's not always fun and games. It's not always Matt throwing firecrackers at Mary. You know what I'm saying? Or someone putting a cricket on her desk. I feel like we mess with Mary a lot, but
we do.
you know, like they'll even stuff. Sometimes there'll be some the damn AI picture you sent me. They printed it all across the office, and now they're putting it in drawing mustaches and shit on it. Yeah, I knew when you sent that, I was like, don't put that online. And then she accidentally did. And then, I mean, dude, in that short of time, they printed it. It's like little bitty tiny
my
faces
God.
taped
all
across the
over the
office.
office.
Get
Oh.
fucking
But
stickers everywhere.
They get us just like we get them, you know. Like I
But that
think
makes that fun
We
aspect,
treat each
though. You
other
can-
like siblings. Like
Yeah.
we mess with each other, you know, but we love each other because we're all there for ultimate goal. But also siblings fight, and sometimes shit goes wrong, and you gotta man up
Gotta
and
get
hash
it
it
out.
out. But then we do that, and I feel like a lot of offices dynamics isn't like that because everybody's so worried about offending someone or being offended. It's like you get out your head, get out the box. Like
Yeah, it ain't that serious.
yeah, like we're here to make money.
Enjoy life.
Make customers happy
Yeah.
Yeah.
and enjoy it. Like
simple.
we don't want to be everybody in a cubicle, you know, like, you know, you gotta make light of situations sometimes. I mean, look, everybody, you know, everybody's lost someone in their life. That's the most serious thing that can happen. This isn't that. This is work. You should,
Yeah.
you know, look,
It's
everybody
just
has
a
bad
job.
days, but when you're having a bad day, we there to be there for you and hopefully bring you up. And that's all you can do.
Hey, see, I need to get better with that because I know even there's times whenever I know I'm got on Kobe, like not got on Kobe, but I know Kobe's gonna agree. Like I come into the office and everybody's having a good time and shit, and I walk in, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like I'm in here, I'm about to grind. Why is somebody else grinding right now?
Right.
So then everybody's like, Brandon explained the other day. He was like, he had a bunch of pins. He was like, all right, everything in the office before you get in, it's all chill. We getting our work done. We doing our stuff and all. And then they like, you come in and he's like, you got this pin, and this pin. And he's like, you just throw them all at us. And then it becomes chaos. And you come in and I'm just like, well, dude, I was like, at the end of the day, I was like, if I ain't giving y'all no pins, we ain't getting no work.
Right.
So, I mean,
Yeah.
I
Hey,
didn't.
I'll tell you a funny little story. So look, he'll get heated some days, like when he gets some bad news or whatever the fuck it may be, whatever. So like we kind of keep each other in check. But it's funny because like, you know, I got my own aspect going downstairs and he's got his own thing up in his little marketing thing up here. And it's going great. Like he's got his thing going and he's in the grind. And sometimes look, I'm that person that kind of like, yo, I'm outspoken. I do the, you know, make jokes and shit. Well,
Yeah.
he's in that fucking mood. Or Brandon will be like, oh, he's not in the mood there. So I don't give a
pouting.
fuck. This
He's
is my
pouting.
fucking building. Guess what, Nick? You're gonna take this fucking joke that I'm about to give you. Then I'm gonna go back downstairs.
He's pouting.
Like, hey, Nick will be like, I don't think it's funny. I'm like, nah, fuck that. Brandon's like, oh no, it's not a good time. Fuck him. This is my
We
motherfucking
gonna
building.
break. Yeah.
I like
like,
that. So
no,
like
I need that.
he more like
No,
he
fuck
kind of
that.
rules with an iron fist more. Like,
Yeah,
more-
yeah,
like
yeah,
don't
no.
cry on my
I'm
shoulder,
like, what you
bitch.
need, bro? A
Yeah.
hug? Come
Well,
here, bring it in. We'll
well, no,
hug
I-
it out and fucking talk it out.
But I do need that shit sometimes,
Yeah,
though,
no.
just because it's just like I will. Like I'm still young. I'm ambitious. I'm very passionate about what we do, and we work very hard and we work very long hours for our clients and stuff. So it's just like whenever things go south, and it's not even big things. It's the little things.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
how y'all just said on the first post, how they posted that image that wasn't supposed to be posted,
Right.
and it was an AI one.
Right.
Dude, you know how motherfucking pissed I was about that I was fucking calling them. I was
That's
like,
all good.
come on, what are y'all doing? We just corrected. I was just
Right.
in the office or a misspelled word on a post.
Right.
Dude, oh my God.
Fuck,
like,
they
I'm-
misspelled my name.
like, yeah, dude, on the fucking intro. And I'm
The
just like,
intro.
dude.
I got people texting me like, oh, Mr. Hebert.
Well, that's why I'm talking about it
or
now.
Herbert or whatever the fuck it said.
Well, that's why I was
Like-
going back with, like, whenever y'all say those small details, that's what matters, man, is
Yeah.
the small details. What was the
Sheesh.
wildest business interaction that y'all had so far?
We had a customer that was unhappy with the product, the 150-year-old product.
The finished product.
No, just the product in general.
Okay.
It was a super old brick. It's like if you buy a car, you know, that's used, you're gonna get some dents, you know, some dents. It was a situation where she wasn't happy with the quality.
Man, that's the
That's crazy,
wait,
though.
I just saw a video the other day, and the video I saw actually y'all might resonate with. So, and it was something I was speaking on earlier about how all these like bricks have like the imperfections on it and stuff.
Yeah.
So what humans don't realize, like all these squares and all these boxes, like how somebody sheetrock and all this and all, dude, that's like messing with our minds. That's putting our minds in like this like solidarity type
Like
of
everything's got to be crisp.
yeah, like
Perfect
crisp and
world.
perfect. Yeah,
Perfect
like
world.
and it's just like the most beautiful things, like even how y'all were saying with humans earlier, with y'all employees, what y'all value the most is that not everybody's perfect. People make mistakes, right?
Sure.
So like think about it in the same terms of if you're buying a nice piece of wood, right, and you want to hang it up on your wall, you're not about to buy a fucking square block to
Like a
put up
2x4,
like a
right,
2x4 on your
right,
wall.
right.
You're about to put up like a tree bark that has things going on that
Yeah.
way, things going on this
Right.
way, right?
Right,
Is
right.
the imperfectionist in things that makes things beautiful.
Yeah.
So like
In
honestly,
the brick world, yeah. I mean, there's no two bricks alike.
so that's why
Yeah.
I was like that's why I'm kind of like hitting you with you like
Yeah.
I was just slightly unsatisfied because like in my opinion that would add to the beauty like
I think
the
a
beauty
lot of it is just the uneducation.
Like it
We
looks kind of
probably, you
old.
know,
Well, yeah, it's 150.
we probably didn't do enough on the front end to say, hey, look, this is what you should expect. You know, if you run into this problem, that problem, this is how you can solve it. And that was one of those learning experiences that we talked about earlier is, you know what? All right, next time and every time after this, we're going to let them know a little more up front. That way they're not shocked when they see it.
But let me
You know, like, because there's so many ways to do, brick is like a work of art. So it's
Yeah.
not all cut and dry into a corner, you know?
I was about to say it's like you can feel it with the mortar. So like, what is the? My question would be, what was the imperfect? I mean, you ain't gotta get too nitty
Well,
gritty.
it was-
But it's like, oh, like is it? There's a dent in it or a crack? I mean, yeah,
I
it's
think
old.
it wasn't really. It was more about the amount of waste.
Oh, I got you.
So like they had, you know, they bought whatever.
Yeah, they were
4,000
spending to get
bricks, and
more
they're-
bang for their
they're like-
buck.
They were like,
I
man, it's like
guess.
50% waste. I'm like,
Gotcha.
but no, it's not.
Got you.
Like, so okay, here's the pile of bricks, the picture that you sent me. Well, that one's usable. It's just missing a corner. You know, like this one's the good. It's just got a crack. Well, look, that's all. That does not say that that's not a good brick. This product is designed to have that. So there was an argument about how much waste there should be.
Got you.
So, you know, like I said, with education, you know, you learn about.
well that's good that you're self-aware enough
Yeah.
to know hey look we didn't
do better
we went
next
up we
time.
went up front
Yeah.
Right.
And look, I was mad. She was mad. But, you know, I was like, ultimately, all right, we got to make sure that, you know, look, when we got the website now, we got brick myths on the website. You can click on it, be like common things misconceptions, and we got the answer. That way, you know, do a little
well we
education.
put that's on the new website.
Yeah, it's on the
I didn't
website.
even see that honestly.
it's
I
on the
didn't get to
website.
check that out yet.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna actually
I
check
sent her
that out.
that because it's one of those things. I almost wanted to like at one point I was so frustrated. This is years ago. I wanted to print out. It's like however many myths. I was gonna print it out and just staple it to every invoice.
Well, no,
So you got all these people, all these newer, younger men. I actually have a friend. I'm gonna call him out right now because he needs to get on his shit. Mason on gel, brother. Get on your shit.
Colby
Shit.
Tatum also get on your shit.
I'm on my shit. I don't know what he's talking about. I could be doing more. I agree with that. But anyways, so like my friend Mason, honestly, I have a couple of friends. They say they want to do these things, but they just can't set themselves to do it. And like a lot of these kids, like they were given everything as a kid. They never worked for shit, and their work ethic is just not there. And like you can tell them like all these things and all the answers and give them the blueprint basically, and they still cannot find the way to do it.
I'll give you my two
Gotta have
quotes.
passion for
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
though.
yeah.
I'm gonna
You
give
gotta
you
have
my
passion.
two quotes.
What's your advice to those kids?
You can't outwork hard work,
Right?
and you can't make chicken salad from chicken shit.
Ooh,
Interesting.
That's a good one.
Interesting.
The
That's
thing that you're doing is your passion.
Yeah.
If they not following your blueprint in that, they're not that passionate about it. They just see it comes easy to you
Right.
because you're confident and you know what to do. You're trying to tell them, hey, this is how you do it. But it's not in them.
Right.
They got to go find their own way. Yeah, they can use some of the things that you said, but they can't follow your blueprint. They got to draw their own. You know what I'm saying? They got to do their own. They got to do their own thing.
mistakes.
You know, my dad has said this to me for a long time, and he said, "Y'all generation makes so much money compared to the previous generations. Like my dad, you know, he's old school. He's trying to save it every which way. That's the way they were raised because they went through the Depression and all that as a kid. And our generation is, oh well, I want my kids to have more than what I had, but that's probably really not the right thing to say." And not the right thing to do because
but why do you not like it? Because that kind of fucks with me. I want to create generational wealth for my kids and have them set
Well,
up.
you do, but then you
You don't give them to it too. You can
No,
create it, but
listen,
don't give it
you
to them too
do
early.
it in a certain
Yeah,
way.
yeah,
Look,
yeah,
we
yeah,
talked
yeah.
about this
When
earlier.
you
Listen,
die, they can get most of it, but don't
look,
give it to them when they're
I
let them
talk-
earn something.
Right.
I talk about this, and I'm not gonna go into the whole story because we've mentioned it on the podcast. But look, I do the same thing with my kids. You get them thinking business wise and thinking,
Work.
look, hustle. They're selling eggs. Look, my kids got $1,000-something in a piggy bank right now because they were selling eggs. Look, they go to the store and I tell them, hey, you want to buy something? Guess what? Yeah, I could buy it for them. I'm not gonna do it because it doesn't teach them shit.
So they
If
sold
I-
like 4 eggs.
bro,
No,
listen.
they sell eggs.
No,
Listen, I got
that's what I'm
80,
saying, $1,000 like that.
80
You know, I've seen
chickens.
the
Yeah,
price of
it's
eggs.
fucking
Oh,
wild. Like,
okay,
listen, they got a
man.
business.
That one went right over my
Yeah, I
head.
didn't even.
See,
Yeah,
you didn't know where I was
No,
coming
I
because
didn't-
my
yeah,
low
I didn't know where
sperm
you were
count.
going,
I
but
was
look.
right over you.
yeah, right over shit. But look,
Yeah, that
but
one
it's
calling
crazy,
y'all
like,
is crazy.
but you know what gets told to me? Like, man, I can't believe you want to fuck with all those chickens. It's not about the chickens. I don't care if I got
No,
80
man.
to 100 chickens. Listen, I'm not
Look,
doing
I'm
it for
putting
me.
up that barn right now for John to show his animals.
Exactly.
And look, I can get on my pedestal. Tim's probably gonna clown me right now, but let me tell you something. 4-H Club is probably the least known about organization, and you don't have to do animals and livestock, but it teaches you leadership skills, life skills.
I was the
Don't fuck
4-H.
with me, man.
I was the 4-H president in the 4th and the 5th grade. Believe it or not,
Congratulations and good job. But
4-H
look,
president.
Dude, we can have a
4th
little
and 5th.
ceremony after this.
those
Y'all
fucking
can indict
things
us
that
all.
you're gonna do and experience with them are
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
take
yeah,
you
yeah.
further than any of this fucking bullshit that everybody's jacking around with.
I mean,
I'm just
I'll be
telling you.
honest with you. I won one of the pumpkin contests. I won one. You know how they do carving
you
the
carve
pumpkin?
it? You
yeah,
carved it?
I
Yeah.
won one of those.
What did your pumpkin look
Yeah,
like?
do they still
But
do
it taught
that?
you how to work.
No, but do they still do that though?
I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
No,
all y'all do is
now-
really just show
I'm
that.
telling you, man, it's
Sorry, guys, editing.
You
I
know.
mean,
Yeah, it's gonna be a fun.
it's off the rails, but it's good. It's fun.
there's so many things going wrong. And look, I don't think that I'm a perfect parent. I think that everybody makes mistakes as a parent. You know, I think sometimes people don't realize the struggles in life are what lead you to where you end up.
Oh, facts.
You know, that kid that didn't have a fucking car. I mean, look at every song and listen to every song. And there's that dude that wanted to be able to do this, or he wanted to be, or any, you know, at one point in time, there was more millionaires in the U.S. that had quit high school than had graduated college. Until technology, the internet age and the computer age, there was more millionaires that had quit high school. Because you know why? Because that dude knew he could fucking do it.
You gonna work.
And you could work your ass. If a dude goes to work 12 hours a day, every fucking day, there ain't no reason that dude ain't gonna be wealthy.
Yeah, it's back to that. You hire a contractor because he knows what he's doing. You hire a plumber, electrician. These guys maybe didn't go to college, maybe they did, but they learned a trade and they worked their ass off to get where they were at. And so, you know, that work cannot be recreated by someone in school, you know?
Look, I wish I could recall the person that said this saying, but this is so true, and I kind of preach this to my guys because it's so true in every aspect if you think about it. If you're not willing to do more than you get paid for, you will never get paid for more than you do.
That was me. I said that.
You said that.
Tim Stevens.
That's a good one.
But no, think about that. I mean, you kind of, you know, people neglect that. Look, and it happens, you know, in every business. What's the first thing an employee will say? Oh, I need a raise. Well, hold up. Time out. What about, like you said, the lunches that you do or the different things? Look, it never comes back to,
It's
what
the
I've done
unaccounted
for
for thing.
you. Right.
It's always
My
unaccounted
point is,
for
listen,
things.
or, hey, you know, you got to go take care of an emergency, whatever it may be at your house or whatever, and you kind of like, oh, yeah, go handle that. Go do your thing. But then it's always gimme. But you got to realize it's a give and take game.
Of course.
You have to.
That is something that I realize with this youth too. They are not scared to ask you for
Oh
something.
no, bro. Listen. They are not seeing, like, some of these guys upcoming in these fields are making more money than the previous generations would have ever thought to make at that time. And it's kind of spoiled them. Like I got some guys that they make good money. And then they're constantly like, dude, do you realize your friends right now ain't even making this kind of money that you're making right now?
Right.
I have to have that
And
conversation.
it, like, they'll
all the
like,
time
but
with
like,
people.
yeah, but I was like, yeah, but listen, you're at the top of your game right now. Like, I'm not saying you're tapped out, but I'm saying, listen, be humble.
Ain't no more advancement.
No, being humbled. Like at some point, you got to quit asking. Like, listen, put the hours in, and you're gonna get rewarded.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I
Right.
always live by the saying, you take care of me, I'm gonna take care of you. Now, whatever that means to anybody in the company or whatever, they take it as their own.
But I think a lot of that with the young people is they don't have a ton of job experience. So they don't have a whole lot to compare it to. They don't know if they're at a good place because they just assuming all that good shit you're doing, everyone does.
Right.
It's when they leave you and go to the place
And that's when they experience it.
Now-
nickels and dimes them and don't buy them food and don't do shit with them. And it's like misery. It's like a dark cloud every single day. And they're like,
I will
holy
say
shit, I
this.
fucked up.
I will say this. This is also a problem. The insurance companies have cracked down on all these businesses because of lawsuits and shit. It's harder. It is very much harder for young kids at like 16 to get an entry-level job because
Absolutely.
you used to be able to let him come work and sweep at his crane company. You probably can't anymore.
No, they'll cut them out. Listen, there's stipulations. I can't even put a person on
That's what I'm saying.
insurance
So that
till they're
is
25. As
something.
far as
Yeah,
driving
that
vehicles.
sucks.
Yeah.
So
That
we
has
done made
affected
another
us.
loop back to the insurance and all that reform. So, man, we've done a lot of full circles here.
But it's
no
just
doubt.
like I
Covered some
did-
good ground.
Yeah.
Like, but
The
for
den's
real though,
small. I mean,
like,
look, when you're in
look,
a small den, you just
whenever-
go in circles.
whenever you're that young though, at the end of the day, you don't really need to be doing working crane stuff. If that's your passion, that's what you want to do. But like, what I think every person should do at a young age, I really think every person needs to go through at least once in their life. Everybody should have at least at one point in their life should be a waiter or a waitress.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's a
I
very
don't
good.
That is
disagree
that,
with that.
that is literally
You got stress, you
Dude,
got chaos. That's a good.
You got all of it hits every single point. I'm telling you right now, I have not seen anyone who was a waiter or a waitress who came out of being a waiter or a waitress who is not really a successful person. Like
that is true.
I'm just
Yeah.
being completely honest, and I'm talking about like high levels of waitress, like because there are different levels to it, right? There could be people who might have did it for like on like a year or whatever. I'm talking about these people that made a living out of being a waiter or a
Yeah,
waitress
yeah, yeah.
that make like 40, 50,
Right.
60, 70,
Well, and
80K
that's the
a
thing
year.
too. Like I'm judging you the minute we walk in a restaurant. If you're my waitress, waiter, I'm gonna hit you with a couple jokes and see how you reciprocate. And if you don't
Gonna say a lot.
and you just fade off, I'm giving you the minimum. If you cool and interact with me, I might give you whatever. I don't know. But it's all about that reciprocation. And I guarantee you, we're batting 50-50 right now. People that will reciprocate and give me the shit back, and some that just and they just roll off. And I'm like,
It's almost like they don't know how to
How
interact.
sad.
I got a funny restaurant story. So obviously, graduated high school, went to Nichols, went a couple years, couldn't really find my avenue, my niche. I was a volunteer firefighter. My dad.
Thank
got-
you for that, by the way. That's
Oh,
actually
yeah, no,
that's
no,
bad.
dude, that was the
always
most fun
wanted
times,
to
man.
always wanted to do it just to like go
Yeah.
and like mess around and just see like
the camaraderie with the guys. I mean, the calls are fun. If you're looking for an adrenaline rush,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
always there. But yeah, so I'm at Nichols, just not even scraping by, and then an opportunity comes up for Bayou Cane to hire people because this is before they really had full time. It was pretty much volunteer at the time. Well, joined firefighter, so no college degree. Got a high school diploma, no college degree. I'm a firefighter. Meet the chick, go to Philadelphia. Okay, quit my job. Well, I need to get a job. Well, where do you apply? You're high school grad. You don't have college, so I did like restaurants and like the Gap, all these little retail places, putting in applications. Can't get nothing. I'm like, I kept telling her, I was like, if I can get an interview, I'm gonna get the job. Well, this big restaurateur up in Philadelphia, he was opening up a new one, so they're doing like open interviews. Like I didn't even have to fill out an application.
Dude, I can literally see you being around.
Dude.
Like, I don't know why.
Let me tell you, bro.
I can see this motherfucker being I just see him in a suit, just pinned up, like ready to answer to somebody's table. I don't know why. You just got
Dude,
to look for
I
it.
didn't even look. I had no experience, so I go interview, and he's like reading my little app, like what position you want, and I'm like, well, look, I'm obviously not gonna try to bullshit and be head bartender or whatever. I'm like, I'm gonna be a bus boy. So he's reading. He goes, I see down here, you want to be a bust boy? I was like, well, yeah. He goes, what is a bust boy? I was like, dude, this is a high-end restaurant. You know about bust boys? I was like, you bust this table up, you clean this one, you bust that. He goes, it's bus. Right? No, there's no T on there. I was like, oh, well, how does that make sense? He's like, well, you're bussing it around. I'm like, you know what? I'll do that too. Dude, he hired me. as a busboy or a busboy, whatever. So I crumbed all the tables. Did get to see Montel Williams. You know, he was an old school daytime talk show guy. But yeah, man, got my job. And I remember just seeing the waiters. I mean, I was like 22. How, like, you know, it never stopped. I mean, they're running here. They're pleasing this guy that, you know, it's a thankless job. So I agree with you. If you want to get into the world, that's where you start.
Well, it's different levels to it. So, like, is it okay if we talk about something like between me and you on it, like you care?
Sure.
So, me and Kobe just
He'll clap if not.
Yeah, no, like,
Yeah,
it ain't no
doubt.
big deal. Like we both growing. Kobe's young, Kobe's growing. So, but Kobe's also in a different world. Okay, so Kobe's in this YouTube content creation world, right? Where it's like he got his own schedule. He's free. He got whatever he needs to do. He make his own
Understandable.
time.
Understandable.
Right. He got his thing. He's making his money. He's doing good. Fucking makes the same amount of money as me, probably even more sometimes. Like little motherfucker got shit going on, right? Well, I've been trying to push Kobe into just like doing more and more and more. Like, come on, Kobe, let's do more. You could do more. I know you could do more. I want to push him. I want to make him grow, right? Well, then he's just like,
Which I appreciate. By the way.
yeah,
I do.
I know. So, or then it came to the point where he just was like a little stressed out on things, and he was just like, "Look, dude, like this is a lot on my plate. I'm not used to this. Like, right?" And I'm just like, "Well, Kobe, I was just like, this is the only thing you ever did. You never did anything else besides what you did Smoothie King, right, for a little while."
Yeah.
So
Dude,
you did. So
I was crazy at that.
yeah.
shit.
So Smoothie King, you worked out for a little while, but like I was kind of telling him, and then I had to like regress also because I have to understand also what world he's in right now. And so because like I'm thinking from my side, I'm like, Kobe, like you need to be making any opportunity you can. Like don't leave no money on the table. These small brands you could be making, you know, $500,000 here, $500 there,
Right.
you know, whatever it may be and all. And then he kind of told me his spill and things about, well, if that doesn't align with what I'm trying to do and I don't really see, which all made sense. He made perfect points. So I guess it just where I'm going at it is just like, I guess it depends on what kind of situation you in because like Kobe, he never had to go do a waitress job or a waiter job. But I'm going to tell you right now, Kobe's going to be highly successful. He already is highly successful.
For someone
I
being
think-
that young
but
and
do I-
already having a vision, that's great.
That's great. That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying like there's different levels to it, right? And so I had to realize Kobe's more mature for his age than a lot of these other people are that is at
Absolutely.
his age. Because guess what? Like he just talked about earlier, you got this little motherfucker Mason that ain't doing shit right now that is the same age as him.
God damn.
And he,
yeah,
I'm sorry, Mason. I ain't mean it to be like that. But like, you know,
I don't even know Mason.
yeah,
Yeah,
like-
like, fucked up.
yeah, like you know what I'm, you know what I'm
God
getting at. Well, that's how I'm getting at where Kobe's trying to push Mason to do more and stuff.
Right.
He's
And
probably got a low sperm count too. I mean,
That's probably what the problem is.
No, it's
Very
just
deep.
disappointing when you see young men that could be out there making something for themselves and their parents have put them in this fake world and you want to see them succeed. You want to see all your people succeed. You want to show people how to succeed. And then you're giving them your advice and they're just simply just either not using it
Or
or,
just going through one ear and
don't
out-
know how
yeah.
to use it. Well, and that's something that I can tell you to go back to some of the questions he asked earlier. That's one thing I did do. When I was young, I worked at 1921 Seafood, and I worked behind that oyster bar.
so y'all both waiters and y'all both waiters at restaurants.
Right.
Makes a lot of sense.
And
Call
I'm
that out.
telling you-
gotta
technically,
call
I
that
was a
out.
bus boy, but
I
close
heard
enough.
big time conversations. I never opened my mouth about what I heard at that bar. And I had big dudes that came in there every day and drank their beer. It was like the hideout. And there's no kids doing that. There's no kids doing that now.
Nobody's conversating. So look, this is this is why I give props to Kobe again. I'm gonna give more props to him. He quit. Don't, get out of
Your
here.
head is
Shut
getting
up.
big, bro.
He's calling other YouTubers and he's on the call. So like they'll do things like that. They'll get on a phone call. Hey, what's working for you right now? How is this going?
That's
was this
legit.
was
That's
this
why I asked
was
that
it?
one.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, that's
it's like
legit.
was this concept idea? What did you see this guy do this?
They're all on the same team.
Yeah, how
Yeah.
can we make
It's
this
just a
better?
bigger
Well,
team.
that's the thing. That's
How
what
can
I
we
was
make this
about to
better?
say. When the older guys talk to me, I listen to them and I implement it. I might not have implemented it right then, but it stayed back here. Now I feel like I can talk to some young people. They don't give a shit what I'm telling them, what advice I'm saying. They know better than me.
Well, let me alleviate some of that for you. one of the main reasons that I told y'all motherfuckers are coming to the camp is because I want y'all to come. I want to hear from y'all. I want to hear knowledge off of y'all and see where y'all at. Look,
Oh, when we
this
go
is
to
the
the
main-
camp, all the good stories
look,
will come out.
this is the main motherfucker I hang out with. I spend more time with him than anybody. Like
Austin, look,
as far
I
as
babysat that fucker.
well,
I mean,
well, this is what I'm saying. Like as
You
far
did you ever change his diaper?
I don't think so.
No?
I think he was shitting on a toilet. all the time.
Wiped his
Well,
ass?
But he
but-
grew up with a family of business people, and they coached him along the way. They didn't spoon feed his ass. They coached him along the way, and they showed him how to work. They showed him what's up, and that's all it takes.
Well, that's what I'm trying. That's what I'm trying to surround my pet. Like how y'all was saying earlier. Like, look, I'll throw it out there. I'll be real with you. Think about it. Doctors hang out with doctors. Sluts hang out with sluts. Millionaires hang out with millionaires. Right? You hang out with 3 fucking millionaires, you're gonna be the fucking 4th. You know what I mean? And so it's just like
well,
you try to surround
it
your
goes back to the other saying, which is the total opposite. If you run with dogs, you're gonna catch the fleas.
That's right.
I mean, it's true.
Wait, what you mean? And I keep saying like it could
No,
be.
it's
a
the
good-
same thing.
No, it's the
it's
same
your
environment.
Oh,
It's your
okay, okay,
environment.
okay,
It's your-
okay,
it's the
okay.
opposite effect.
Right, right,
Your
right.
mom never told you that. Like when you were, you
No,
knew you
no,
were fucking
you-
up when you were young, and she'd be like, "Hey, if you run with dogs, you're gonna catch the
Well,
fleas."
so you want me to be like? I'll tell you something honest.
I was just glad
I-
to know I'm not the slut in the observation.
well, no, look. I'll be honest with
Not
you. and
yet.
This was like a lot of
Ain't going to camp
conflict.
yet.
Sheesh.
This was a lot of conflict for me. Was my mom? She didn't want me to start my own. Like it's not that she didn't have faith in me. I'm not gonna say that and nothing like that along those
Moms
lines.
are always the devil advocate, though.
Yeah,
they're
like-
always gonna be like, "Well, what if?"
Well, that's what she was like. She was like, because like my mom, she works at Louisiana State. Well, she's retired.
Love you, Mom. Thank you.
Love you, Mom. She retired now. She done got me through everything. She paid for everything. She supported me my entire life. Awesome woman in the world. Fucking couldn't
we
be
know how
more
Pops
appreciative.
is, so we don't
Yeah.
have to go.
Well, look, my mom
We
is
covered
all,
that in segment
yeah,
1.
Yeah, I'm about to say, mom and dad totally
before clap
complete
3.
opposites, right?
Yeah.
Complete opposites. So my mom, everything to be thankful for, like fucking the best. Well, my mom was always like whenever I was, especially whenever I was starting my company, she was like, Nick, are you sure you want to do that? Like, are you sure you're gonna be good? Are you sure you could be able to afford to live? Like, are you sure? Like, I don't think you should do that. Like, you went to college, you got a degree. Like, maybe you should go do some interviews. Or so. I was like, Ma, I got it. Like, trust me. Like, I'm telling you, I'm gonna make this happen. I'm gonna make it work. Like, just trust me on it. Like, I got money saved up. I don't need no money from you. Like, I never asked them for money. Never needed money from them. I was like, I made my own way. I worked Hurricane Laura or Hurricane Ida. I made big licks in short amount of times, right? Y'all know the deal. Y'all know how it goes. So I had money saved up, ready to go. I invested in myself. I was like, Mom, I'm gonna be good. And then look, not the viewers might not know this, but my mom caught like had a brain tumor, had cancer and everything. I'm lucky she's even alive today. And my mom came to my house, the new house that we just bought, and she was completely astonished. She was like, Nick, I'm so proud of you. Like, and it was almost like a.
Well,
It was almost
I
not
don't
like
know
a
that
flip.
I don't maybe think that she was trying to put doubt in you. She was just trying to make sure that every decision you were making, you had thought through every step of it.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's what devil's advocate
that's a
does.
It's just
devil's
that
advocate.
parent. It's just
She
that,
wasn't
that,
trying to
Almost-
sweat you down.
Yeah, I almost felt like she didn't
But
want
you
me
know
to
what?
do it. You know
I
what I
talk
mean?
about this to Tim, and I told him, like, I feel like my old man kind of did that. He, you know, like when I first started out, I'd build houses and I'd flip them, and he'd be like, "Oh, there ain't no fucking way you gonna build it for that." And then that was all I needed to hear.
And you
Because
doing it.
once you fucking said I couldn't, like
Yeah, you
you
gonna
tell
do
me
it.
I can't tear that fucking wall down, give me the sledgehammer and back up.
Yeah.
Like that's what I feel like separates
The wolves from the sheep.
the wolves from the sheep. I mean,
I've
it's-
always had a
it's-
really good feeling of proving people wrong. That's always been like a really big drive for me, to be honest.
That's a good fucking drive, man. You know, and
It
look,
is. Well, it is also a good drive too. Whenever it's just like, and this is a common thing that's said amongst all of us. And I know y'all see the same stuff, and I know Austin sees it. All. It's like, all right, where's all our friends that we've been friends with since pre-K and shit? And where all are they right now? Why are they not sharing our fucking post on Facebook and sharing our business stuff and all? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, get
why-
the haters and the jealous people.
Well,
That's
it's just like-
that's a human nature.
Well, then you know who ends up being your best friends and your closest people and the people that want you to succeed?
Yeah.
Complete strangers.
Yeah,
I didn't fucking know this dude 2 years ago.
Right.
Look at where we at now.
right.
He
You
was
know
your
what I
He
mean?
was your top fan.
Huh? Top fan, maybe
He
if
shared
I,
your
if, I
shit
had,
the most.
if I had OnlyFans, you know. But hey, look, if you hit me up at that, no, I'm joking.
That's crazy.
Well, y'all, all right. Well, look, y'all don't ask, fucking grilled us all night on questions. I got a question. What
right.
made you passionate about this? About your marketing? About like what made you? You said you went to Nichols or you went to college. What made you say, you know what, this is the shit I know I can do? Because I know you're a salesman, but you
So I'm
critiqued it to a certain level that not many people around here. Did you see an opening? I guess,
yeah. So this is the deal.
and you had a little experience, I'm sure.
I had a little experience. I did the roof game for 2 years. So whenever I did the roof game, I actually started 2 roof divisions for 2 of my friends. One was my cousin, one was my other friend. So that's what I was telling y'all that I'm gonna put y'all in contact with so that they start getting some shingles and shit from y'all. Started those 2 roof divisions for them, and I had these 2 other construction companies that I worked for. Whenever I was actually getting materials from y'all too at that time with A&A, and then Sage Construction. I know, so yeah, so I was doing both of them. Me and Sage still do work to this day. Dude, A&A, fuck you. You can fucking do whatever. I know you're out of business because you was never a businessman. You never will be.
We'll call you just in case.
Nah, yeah, no,
Right.
he's not. He's not. He'll never like. He's not. He's a piece of shit. Anyway, besides the point. These dudes wrote checks that their ass couldn't cash at the end of the day. Look, I'm a real. Like, if y'all haven't noticed, I'm gonna speak real.
And
If you
that's
do
good.
right
That's
by
what I
me,
do.
if you do right by me, I'm gonna do right by you. You do wrong by me, I'm gonna make sure that it's known that you did wrong. Like, fuck that. Like,
Yeah, you gotta
so
be-
so
yeah.
this dude promised me 10% commissions on everything that I sold. I sold $750,000 worth of commissions in a fucking 2-month period, and this motherfucker was trying to short me on checks and shit. So I was like, you know what? I think it was around $65,000. He had paid me and he still owed me $10,000. I said, write me a check for $5,000. I don't care about the other $5,000. I'll wipe my ass with that. I'm getting the fuck out of here. Left him, went with Sage. Me and him had some problems too, because I was the go-getter, I was a salesman. I was trying to do things. I started the roof division. I made him, and he can never deny that I made him a huge amount of money for Hurricane Ida. That's why I sold the roofs for Ida. We got into it. He wrote some checks. He had some checks his ass couldn't cash, and he even apologized to it. To this day, I apologize to him for the things that we did because we got into a spick-spack argument or whatever. He ended up paying me off to leave. Well, the night that he had told me that, and he was like, hey, I'm going to pay you to leave or whatever, like, and that way we go off on good terms and shit. I was like, all right, I'm cool with that. I'm good. That night, I said, fuck this. I'm not working for another motherfucker in my life. I'm doing my own thing, and I know what to do. I went to school for marketing. I'm a salesman like a motherfucker. I can sell dirt to a fucking farmer. That's already on his land.
So you knew
Like-
that you liked marketing at some point in the beginning.
Not that I like it. Like, I don't necessarily like marketing, but like, do I love making awesome videos and content and getting that satisfaction of
Well, I find
my
that,
my clients?
mass comm marketing. I find that
like
same realm.
yeah. So like, do I see the satisfaction of whenever we make something and our team builds an awesome product for our clients and they succeed? 100%, 1,000%, absolutely. But like the night that we had made that decision, it was basically out of spite. I built my entire company. I built my website, my entire brand, everything in a night from like 12 p.m. at night till 6 a.m. in the morning. Slept, had my first client a week after. Still have that client to this day. And
That's
it was
strong.
just because I knew how to make companies stand out and be apart from the rest of the competitions that's around. We have the cameras that we have in our area. The only competition that we have is professional studios that's not even anywhere around here. Who, you know what I mean? Like, they don't have no little videographers that's running around here with $10,000 cameras, making content for these companies. So we figured out that B2B transaction with them, and that's where we found our specialization, and then it just took off from there. And that's where I was just like, this is a hit. And then
That's awesome.
another guy contacted me and went with the Alpha Wolf stuff and got me in like with the drone stuff because I was already flying drones. Ended up buying him out of that company because he didn't have the same, wasn't the
Vision.
same go-getter, wasn't the same vision. And then ended up meeting Austin a year later, 2 years later, and then we started taking off with this. We came up with this idea, November of last year?
Yeah.
And this whole entire studio was built by
Our
December.
first episode, I think, was in January.
Early January.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I honestly, this may sound like bullshit, but I honestly thought probably about 8-9 months ago, I was like, I would love to have a podcast just to fucking have a voice, and who cares who listens to it?
Right.
So now, bam, now you can start renting this out. You already got it set up. You start renting it out to other people that have podcasts.
What do we do? We rent it out to other people, and they have a few people
I don't
that.
have any podcast.
But
Yeah.
you know what's crazy though? Here's how this was kind of our vision about this, and we were thinking like, but most people are like, oh, I don't know if I can sit there. how legit is this? Just sitting here talking.
easy.
Right.
I mean, really,
We're
it's
having a
not-
good time.
Look, we're
I have-
having a good time,
Well-
but we're actually talking about real shit.
But not
The thing
everybody
is-
can do
the thing
this.
is, most people don't want to do it because everybody's afraid of what somebody else is going to think of them.
Exactly.
And that's okay to be who you are. I say that all the time. I don't have to flex and bend because the rest of the world is or society thinks something's okay.
So-
I can be me. It's okay to
I
be
love
me.
that. I love that, dude. You
It's
beat
okay
it.
to be me.
No, you're giving me energy right now. You don't want to give
It's
me that
okay
energy.
to be me.
Yeah, he's about to.
Dude, I don't
No,
have
I'm
to
telling-
agree.
I feel like we're about to be on Oprah Winfrey or
No,
something.
no,
Yeah,
he-
you get a car. You get a
No,
car.
well, no,
I'm
he-
me.
he-
I can be
well,
me.
no,
And
he-
he's all hype.
He's just giving me energy
High
because
sperm
it's just
count.
like he's so
Yeah.
no, he's so
It's
he's
okay
right.
to be who you want to be.
That's true.
He's right. Like
Just
it's-
because society says you can't talk about this person, you can't talk about that person, that's what's wrong. Is we're not talking about where people are fucking up at.
y'all shout out y'all all y'all handles like Instagram, Facebook, where people can find y'all number or something. That way we can let people know where y'all at, who y'all are.
Basically, 985-746-5136. We're in Gray, Louisiana, 3655 West Main. The Brickyard. I think the Brickyard of South LA is what most of it is on Facebook, Instagram, all that stuff.
If you search bricks,
Google us, bitch.
yeah,
You know what I'm
Google.
Yeah,
saying?
for
I mean,
sure.
If you go to
Fuck.
Google and
Yeah.
search brick supply or Homa, they're gonna be the number one person to pop up.
Look,
Make
basically,
sure.
shout out. Listen, if you need bricks or roofing material as far as shingles, shout these
Hardy
guys out.
vinyl.
Hardy,
Fireplaces.
Hardy vinyl. Damn, I didn't realize y'all did all
yeah,
that
Hardy
too.
Yeah,
vinyl
we do.
fireplaces.
All
No,
that
so pretty
shit.
much
You're about to see it. Don't
Austin
worry.
been sitting in a podcast with two strangers. He's just like,
Right.
these guys are fucking funny.
Wait, these guys sell bricks? No, I'm just kidding. But go
What
check
is
them out.
exactly is the Brickyard? Is it like the racetrack?
Kobe
or-
lives next door to y'all and didn't even know the fucking bricks were there.
Yeah, he's like, he came up. He's like, "Holy shit! I've been sitting next to this guy.
Wait, I live in a brick house.
I pissed between all them bricks in the middle of the night on the way home.
You guys
But
ever
for
built a
real,
gas
man.
station?
No. Oh, yeah. We
Like
sold the
personally, or
material.
like sold the
Okay.
bricks to? Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, no, we appreciate y'all having us on. This was fun.
No, we got
This was good.
This was good.
Yeah.
We'd love to come back and I'm telling you, we can get crazy.
Let us know when you go to the dark web. We'll do all,
Yeah.
the, all the good
Yeah.
stories.
I ain't going
Yeah,
on
that'd be
dark
the
web.
But no, I mean,
version.
the next one we'll do will be less about the business side, more about the fun side.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, of course. There's some stories that can come up that'll be crazy and
I know, man. We can tell a bunch of anonymous customer stories at that. Like, phew.
No doubt.
it'll make some young folks jealous because we've lived a good life so far. It's
Fucking
been
right.
fun.
we still
It's
live
been
the
fun.
life.
We still live a life.
That's still living life.
And
man.
in the
Yeah,
40s,
yeah.
in the 40s, we out partied the 20-year-olds.
Correct.
Well, wait up, what 20-year-olds you talking about? Oh, my
Any
God.
of them,
We
just
going
let
to-
us know.
Hey, y'all want to make a trip to Switzerland? We're going in January.
yeah.
Going in January next year if y'all snowboard or ski.
Oh
I don't know if
shit!
y'all can keep up. You know what I mean?
I mean, look, I'll be
Oh,
waiting.
you say
I'll
that?
be waiting in the lodge. When I say we can out party y'all, I mean like alcohol,
Drink.
not like
Ah,
sports.
Yeah, we
yeah.
ain't trying to play no games.
Unless it's like darts in the lodge, waiting
This
on y'all
ain't
to
the
ski
Olympics,
down.
bitch.
Right.
Like this is like the Oktoberfest Olympics.
Right. Facts.
Well, shit.
Thank y'all for coming
Thank
on,
you,
fellas.
man.
Thank you, brother. Yep.